Alright. So, first off, I want to apologize for not being around for a few days, but I got sick trying to go and get things in life done. So I had to stop everything and had to basically stop the last few days, give myself time to recover and whatnot. But thankfully I'm better now, and so it's time for us to resume our journey here in this game, because just a few streams ago we reached 6 months of playing this game. And now we've reached a point where we've gotten to 50 nights of streaming this game. So definitely have come a long way in 6 months, but let's see how much further we can go in a place that, even though I've attuned to the waypoint here, I yet to show on stream. But tonight, that's why we're here, in this completely different part of Sumeru that is a world away from its jungles. And it's somewhere completely different. So, hey there Luna, and to everyone else that's just logging on, we're glad to have you with us here tonight. So, greetings people of the world, Mathai Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Genshin Impact live here on Twitch. So, we're gonna go, before we do anything else, it'll be important for me to show you where I stand with everyone. So, as it stands, I have gotten Layla maxed out to level 80, so I would, of course, need to get Adventure rank 50 in order to start ascending her. I do have Noelle now at 72, so she's now a full-time member of my team. She has now officially replaced Barbara. And, of course, there are a couple of other things as well that I'm currently trying to level, in addition to Jinyan and Noelle, and that, of course, is Kale, trying to get her closer to level 70 so that she can serve as a long-range attacker when needed. And of course, having her abilities as a Dendro character will be very useful. And in addition to that, on the far end with Florian, with his weapons, I am currently in the process of trying to get him to the point where I can switch him to the 5-star Aquila Favonia. I do need to, of course, level it up more, but as you can see, the base attack on this thing is already way better than it is on the Sword of Dissension. So this will definitely be very useful once I can get in a situation to be able to utilize this. Oh, hey, congrats there, Luna, on reaching that milestone. So, what do you say we head on out? Because we were asked by... it's great, now I can't remember her name. But we're asked to come to Caravan Rabat to see how things are happening over here, because we were trying to escape from the doctor, who's one of the representatives of the Fatui, and so it's here at Caravan Rabat, which is located on the dividing line, as soon as I'm allowed to bring the map up. It's basically on the dividing line between the jungle area of Sumeru and the vast desert area of Sumeru. As you can see, the desert covers quite a significant amount of the territory, but I have unlocked a few of the statues of the Seven, and I also got the waypoint here at the Dune of Illusion, which has materials that I do need to grind Collet further. So, this is something I'll definitely need to keep in mind as we go along. So, what do you see? We head on into the village of Caravan Rabat and see if we can find our person of interest. So, who are we looking for?
Here. So, just past this wall is the desert, huh? Oh, wow. Paimon remembers hearing people call this the Wall of Samiel. It's made to block sandstorms from the outside. Oh, if it's this tall, it's gotta be the divine work of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, right?
It very well could be. Let's admire this natural structure.
Enough gawking. Come on, follow me.
Oh, hi there, all time.
Huh?
Yeah, he just came out of nowhere.
Over here.
Oh. We're being chased? Yeah, we're still being chased by the academia.
Oh, Ethan went that way! Let's hurry up and follow him. Wonder what he's
Lead
up
on.
to.
Lead on, Althine. Yeah, we'll talk to the merchants later, but right now we're in the middle of a quest. Oh, I thought it was Kale. No, it's Layla who uses it.
What the? Where did he go?
Yeah, we're also running away from mercenaries who are working under the orders of the Fatui.
How did we lose them? They were just here a second ago.
More Aramite mercenaries? Who are they working for this time? Anyway, Traveler, it seems like we were being followed again.
We certainly were.
You were too careless. You should have noticed those hopeless amateurs trailing you a long time ago.
Well, we couldn't have shaken them without you.
There's no need to thank me. I've never cared to keep track of personal favors. All I did was correct a mistake I happened to come across. It's a habit I developed at the academia.
You really gave Paimon a scare, Alhaitham.
Oh,
We never
Haitham.
thought we'd run into you here.
Yeah, there's so many names in this game that I mispronounce, especially the ones in Liyue.
Last time we met at Port Ormos, didn't you say you were going back to the academia? Wait, don't tell Paimon that you're here to take us back on their orders.
I doubt it.
Oh, so you've already landed yourselves on the academia's hit list. I can't say that I didn't expect it. However, had I wished to turn you over to the academia, don't you think you'd already be the Eremites' honored guests by now?
Oh, right. You do have a point.
So you participated in the stage's big project?
I have no interest in running errands for that project. As a scholar, I've always belonged to the camp that promotes researcher autonomy. And these days, you're more fascinating than anything the sages can offer. Not quite. To tell you the truth, I'm still investigating the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Unfortunately, I've run into some difficulties. Everyone says the capsule originated in the desert and was eventually moved to Port Ormos. If I am to get to the bottom of this, I must understand how the capsule first came to be.
Alright.
Which brings me back to you and why you're so interesting.
Because I don't have something that you need.
The leader of Ainul Ahmar used the Divine Knowledge Capsule right in front of you. And upon seeing him, your expression became perplexed, and you were lost in thought for quite some time. To have that kind of reaction, I think you must have realized something. Are you interested at all in sharing what you've been hiding from me?
And everyone else? It must be because I was so shocked to hear those words again. World forget me?
Alhaitham, you really have a ridiculous eye for detail. What kind of person even notices or remembers stuff like that?
Yeah, the situation is complicated.
So that's your answer. Well, I do work for the academia after all. So considering that, it is indeed wise to keep your cards close to your chest. But that does prove you do have some undisclosed information about the Divine Knowledge Capsule. Am I right?
Just to say.
No matter. Rather than simply learning the answers from you, I'd still prefer to investigate on my own. Speaking of, you two are also headed to the desert?
That's right. We have the same plan as you. But we don't really have any concrete goals at the moment.
Other than to stay safe.
Then I'd suggest starting with Aru Village. It's the largest settlement in the desert, so it'll probably have more resources and intel than anywhere else. Well, would you like to head there together?
Better than being chased.
It's always better to travel with someone you know. Let's go!
Oh, that's weird. I think I'm trying to remember why I was grind because I fought that thing that was in there off camera. Maybe it was just for the achievements of actually beating it.
I should start preparing for the next on-site investigation.
All right, so thankfully I've gotten the thing for Aru And got myself a little closer. Yeah, thankfully I did activate that waypoint. But yeah, I was just trying to uncover all of the map that I could in Sumeru off camera. And I guess wanting to fight what was in there and get the achievement out of it was something that I wanted to do. So as we hit the ground running. Oh yeah, I can't activate that because of the fact that I need to find a shovel somewhere.
Before us lies Aru Village, the safe haven of the desert folk.
Whoa, this landscape is really something else. What a cool place! Let's go check it out!
Alright. Oh crap, the screen's frozen. But yeah, we can definitely do that later on there, Luna.
Wow!
Oh, someone's looking for us. Incoming! Defend yourself there, Florian. We've got a jackal in our midst. Now he wants a piece of Alhaitham. Yeah, who are you there, ancient Egyptian warrior? And why do you want to take it out on us so badly? Are the Eremites hiring you or something? Yeah, you're like a desert version of Razor.
Unless my memory fails me, we have barely spoken 2 words to each other before now at the Academia. Would you care to enlighten me as to when and how I invited the General Mahamatra's wrath?
Yeah.
Oh, Hatham. Do not think you can escape my judgment just because you managed to escape my attack.
So you're in charge around here?
Judgment? So that's how you'd characterize your actions here, is it? Or would elimination perhaps be a more accurate description?
Had I used my full strength, not even this traveler would have been able to stop me.
We'll see about that.
Though styled like an assassination, I sought only to ensure that my target would be unable to flee or resist. Standard practice for the Matra, as well you know.
Seemed to me more like your own personal touch.
Yeah, these two clearly have it out for each other.
Who is that, Alhaitham? Did you call him General Mahamatra?
Yes. General Mahamatra Sino, head of all the Matra at the Academia. He's a formidable hunter, and the ultimate nightmare for any who have committed academic crimes.
No wonder I've been chased.
You seem to have placed a lot of trust in Alhaitham, to the point of blocking an attack for him.
I just do what I do to survive.
If I were you, I'd never choose to side with him. I wouldn't believe a single word that comes out of his mouth.
And why would I believe anything that comes out of your mouth?
I have been pursuing this scribe for a long time. I urge you, stand back and do not seek to defend him any longer. Otherwise, there will be consequences.
I don't trust him as much as you seem to think. Well, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stand by and do nothing.
Has Alhaitham done something wrong? Hyman doesn't think he's as bad as you've made him out to be.
Of course, we don't know him as well.
I won't waste my breath explaining
Oh,
things.
of course not.
Alhaitham, I saw it during our fight. Take it out. The divine knowledge capsule you're hiding on your person. Unless you want me to retrieve it for myself.
Oh, does he actually have it somehow?
Very perceptive of you. Nothing escapes a Matra's senses.
So you do have it.
Wait, the divine knowledge capsule? Didn't it fall into the Matra's hands in Port Ormos?
Oh, wow.
No wonder you speak with such confidence, Sino. But I must admit, I'm very curious. What does this capsule mean to you?
I don't think he's under any reason to tell you.
And why, as General Mahamatra of the Academia, are you all alone in the desert?
He's not?
As far as I'm aware, the other Matra have been speculating about your disappearance.
Oh, really? Maybe he has to do this to redeem himself in the eyes of the Academia?
Have you been given a mission that's, let's say, morally dubious?
Oh,
If I was the real target of your mission, what was stopping you from simply using your authority and resources to judge me within the walls of the Academia?
is it a mission from the sages? Or the Fatui?
I should have known you'd be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, I've always been known to be that way.
You two? Ugh! What you would do, Traveler? Paimon feels like we can't trust either of them.
Let's just have them go at it and we'll be on our own way. We are on our...
Well,
oh,
look
wait.
at you two, acting all tough and self-righteous over there.
Oh, Dia, fancy meeting you here.
Wait, Dia?
Who else is gonna converge on this spot? Yeah.
Great! Finally, someone that we can trust!
Or can we?
You gotta help us out here. Otherwise, these two are gonna start fighting again!
Well, they can take it out on each other for all I care.
Yeah, sure looks that way. Two giants from the Academia duking it out once and for all. Not something you get to see every day, that's for sure. Listen, I know you academic types love to fill up your big brains with self-righteous morality and lord your empty rules and virtues over each other. But how dare you bring your petty disputes into the safe haven of Aru Village? It seems like someone's gonna have to beat some sense into your thick skulls until you finally learn to respect these grounds.
Yeah, take it outside, boys. Yeah, neither of them can afford to be distracted by Dea, or they're still looking for an opportunity to attack.
Hey, did either of you hear a word I just said?
I doubt it. Wind.
Whoa.
Yeah, suddenly.
What's going on? The wind's so strong! Is this a sandstorm? Paimon's gonna get blown away!
This is our time to run. Here's our chance.
Another sandstorm? What's up with these recently?
Oh, who's off in the distance?
Hey! All of you, over here, quickly! We have to take cover!
Someone's calling for us! Oh, this wind is too strong! Let's get over there!
That sounded like Candace.
Oh, that's Candace.
Come on, you two. Jeez, are all of you academia folks such hard work? Move it!
All right, stop yelling.
Yeah, come on there, Jackal. Yeah, let's get somewhere safe. Yeah, I was like, we could really use the opportunity to make a break for it and get away from the inevitable conflict. So what will happen now that we're all inside? Because, yeah, the Jackal's still watching us. Yeah, he's just waiting for us to make a move. Yeah, I guess I have nothing to say either.
Well, this is pretty awkward.
No kidding.
Hey, wanna play sardines with three people who wanna tear each other limb from limb? Sure, why not? Sounds fun. The air is so thick and heavy. Paimon can hardly keep floating anymore.
Yeah, just take a seat there, Paimon.
My sincere apologies, everyone. This is the home of our village chief. I will have to ask you to make do with this small room until the sandstorm dies down.
Sure.
Please, let me introduce myself. I am Candace, protector of Aru Village.
Well, you are on my roster, so I guess we finally get to see what you're all about.
Our savior has come at last! Nice to meet you, Candace. The name's Paimon. Thank you so much for helping us.
And you have my gratitude, too.
There's no need to thank me. It's only right to help each other when the weather gets rough.
I do have to ask, is she a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, given the headband that she's wearing?
Wow, she's so gentle and caring, like a nice older sister. Unlike those guys over there.
All right. Now that we're all better acquainted, we should return to the topic at hand.
Is it their topic or your topic?
As a guardian charged with the responsibility to protect my fellow villagers from harm, I was observing your conflict from afar. even before the sandstorm started.
So how are you going to intervene here?
And now that you have set foot within our village itself, it is all the more my responsibility to make absolutely sure that you pose no threat whatsoever to us. So please, have an honest and sincere conversation with one another and put your hostile feelings to rest. If anyone dares to start anything again while they are under this roof, I will not hesitate to send them out for some quality time with the creatures of the sandstorm.
Oh, like sand worms or something?
Oh, on second thought, Paimon may have misjudged Candace's character.
Yeah, and making a break for it within the sandstorm itself may not have been so wise.
And that goes for you too, Miss Dia.
Oh, you two have met?
Do I make myself clear?
All right, we got it, Candace.
That's what I like to hear. So, which of you will begin?
I was supposed to be a mediator, but I might have gotten a little too involved just now. Anyway, one of those two should probably start talking.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Charles, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us.
Wait, that was you trying to be a mediator?
Well, she didn't get much of an effort before Candace intervened. Yeah, and I don't think Sino is really that much in a hurry to explain himself either.
I have nothing to hide, so there's no shame in explaining myself.
Oh, so you do have some tact.
While Al-Haytham wasn't wrong about the other Matra not knowing my whereabouts, it's not because I've been assigned a morally dubious mission. Rather, I've chosen to exile myself.
Oh, really? Well, why choose that though? Like, if you're really trying to take it out on Al-Haytham and try and redeem yourself, why would you impose self-exile?
Huh? Exile yourself?
Yeah, I'm kind of confused.
A little while ago, I discovered that there was data missing in the Academia's project planning and development files. What little they did report clearly did not match the project's actual progress. As General Mahamatra, I had the responsibility and authority to request an audit. However, to my surprise, the person responsible for the erroneous data was none other than Grand Sage Azar himself.
Yeah, it looks like we're having to deal with Asar again.
I tried to investigate the issue myself before submitting a formal audit request, but I soon found that all leads and potential pieces of incriminating evidence were carefully concealed from me. I began to realize that they were cautious of me from the very beginning. Unsurprisingly, the Grand Sage rejected my audit request as soon as the submission reached his desk. He even said to me,
You have nothing to worry about.
"The power of the General Mahamatra is granted by the sages. You have no right to judge us."
So they really are up to no good.
I realized then that to the Grand Sage, the Matra are nothing more than tools for the sages to assert and maintain their control over knowledge.
Sounds like someone else we know.
The vows that we took, the principles that we strive to uphold, they are meaningless to the academia of today.
And thus brings you here.
I believed it would be wise to flee the academia before the sages had a chance to take action against me. This way, they can no longer see nor predict my actions. I will never give up on this investigation. There's no need for someone else to give me power or authority. Once I find the truth, I will administer judgment by my own name.
Sino seems to have the same goal as us. We're all investigating the sages.
Yeah, it's just too bad we all hate each other.
Plus, now that he's no longer the General Mahamatra, he somehow feels a lot less scary.
Yeah. And I'm shaking my head like, what if that was all just made up?
Well, Sino, if that's your story, then why did you see Al-Haytham as a target?
Yeah.
When I was investigating the matter in the academia, I overheard a conversation between Al-Haytham and a sage. The sages asked you to investigate a blonde-haired traveler. Do you dispute this, Al-Haytham?
What?
Like many parts of the project, this assignment was undocumented. Now throw in your suspicious behavior with the divine knowledge capsule, And I think we deserve an explanation.
Yeah, suddenly the worm has turned.
Yes. I was indeed tasked with investigating the Traveler.
Alhaitham!
Well, I don't think we really should be surprised that everyone has it out for us.
After all, the promised reward was so great that hardly any scholar could have refused. The sage told me, once you've completed this assignment, I can give you a glimpse of divine knowledge.
A most enticing offer.
Unfortunately, those academics don't know me at all.
Clearly not.
Their words contained one key piece of information, namely that divine knowledge indeed exists. That gave me all I needed to know. From my perspective, the sages are far from trustworthy. Think about it. Isn't it a little strange they're so willing to share divine knowledge with anyone, even as a reward? So, I began my own investigation following the lead of the divine knowledge capsule. In the end, I realized my wisdom in committing to this rather than collaborating with the sages. Had I been less guarded, I probably would have ended up like that Ain al-Ahmar mercenary, incapable of remaining sane for long enough to hold a conversation.
You mean that the sages originally planned to dispose of you, using one of those capsules that drive people insane?
Yeah, what exactly is going on?
I'd already given up on the assignment by then. I only told the academia I was waiting in Port Ormos for you to appear so they wouldn't suspect anything. So it came as quite a surprise when I encountered my erstwhile target while investigating the divine knowledge capsule.
Criminals do love to talk about coincidences.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone here is a criminal in your eyes, Sino.
Even though I ran into the Traveler by chance, I had no intention of providing assistance to the academia. Also, you should remember, you were the ones who decided to follow me and strike up a conversation after I left that tavern.
Is that enough to prove his innocence?
That's true. Alhaitham helped us out at Caravan Rebat as well. Maybe he's telling the truth.
I'm willing to apologize, if that's worth anything to you.
Sure.
I took the divine knowledge capsule behind your back because I judged its existence to be a significant risk. I felt that it would be best for no one to interact with it before it had been properly studied.
Yeah, but who would want to properly study it when they would much rather have what's inside?
After all, curiosity often proves to be the most dangerous thing in this land.
You should be well aware, Scribe Alhaitham, that curiosity can also lead you to danger and suspicion. Answer me this. Did the sages share any information about their project with you?
Have I not made myself clear? You and I are both distrusted by the academia. Do you really think they would tell me anything?
Fine. Although you haven't completely proven your innocence, I won't regard you as an enemy, for now.
That's not saying much.
As you wish.
Good. I'm glad to see you two clearing up your misunderstandings. And now you, Dia. I believe it's your turn.
But what does she have to tell us?
Oh, sorry. Whatever the boys were talking about must have been so boring that I spaced out. My situation is pretty straightforward. My employer, Dunyarzad of the Homayani family, is friends with the Traveler and is currently recovering from her illness at home. I had nothing going on, so I decided to return to our village for a visit. I was actually looking forward to a pretty exciting time getting back together with everyone here.
And then?
But then I saw these two random guys in the middle of a pointless argument. It ticked me off, and things went downhill from there.
Is that all? Well, I will admit that definitely sounds like your style. In that case, welcome back, Dia.
That's more like it. I missed you all so much, Candace.
Oh, meanwhile,
Whoa! What was that
are
sound?
we under attack?
No need to worry. Now that you're no longer at each other's throats, please make yourselves at home. I'll take a quick trip outside to clear out some of those creatures in the sandstorm.
Creatures? In the sandstorm? Are you sure you don't want some backup?
Yeah, you're at level 1.
Fighting in a sandstorm is not for the faint-hearted. Anyone without extensive training in these conditions is at a disadvantage.
Oh, the more reason.
You needn't worry.
Yeah, all the more reason for me to help you out.
Yeah, just leave him to Candace. Don't worry, she's as tough as they come.
After a while, the winds outside begin to calm.
The winds died down. That means the sandstorm's over, right? Candace still isn't back yet, though. Is she alright? Maybe we should go out and check on her.
When you put it that way, even I'm starting to feel a little worried. All right, let's go. We've been here long enough, and the boys are as chatty as the floor.
I don't even know what she means by that. Anyway, let's head outside. Well, it's certainly getting crazy right now. That much is certain. I'm just glad that I now have Noelle swapping out Barbara. So now it just becomes a matter of getting Kale in a position where she can help out when needed. Also, for whatever reason, the destination's that way, but the glittering path is going in the opposite direction. Like, I can jump off and glide off a cliff, man. Yeah, let's see what we got. Oh, whoa.
You're still fighting? You've been out here dealing with these creatures the entire time?
Yeah, they look like they came from the void.
Yes. They just keep coming in waves. I've lost count of how many I've defeated. Before I realized it, even the sandstorm had stopped.
Yeah, and it took a while for you to come out of being pixelated. Yeah, for level 1,
Here comes another wave!
they just keep coming.
Leave this round to us. I got interrupted earlier, but now I have something to take my anger out on.
It's been quite a while since I've seen the Flame Mane in action. I'll leave these to you then.
I'll be sure to put on a good show. Let's go!
Oh, I actually get to fight here. Alright, time for me to show off what I can do.
Leave it all to me.
Yeah, let's see what we get now with Noelle on the roster.
Don't be scared.
Whoa. Yeah, get a little super conduct going. And swing for the fences.
Time to clean up.
Oh, we certainly will. Because now, this is what Noelle's special ability does. It makes her strikes larger. Makes them larger, makes them more powerful. It's just like, yes, baby, yes. Now this is getting somewhere. Here comes some more.
When is he ever gonna let up?
Oh. Switch over. Yeah, there we go. Let him suffer for a while.
Not now. Steady as stone.
Indeed she is. Whoa. Yeah, they're really getting it all out on me here. Yeah, where did the flame mane go? What happened to Dia? Whoa. Yeah, that takes care of them. I do need to get her experience level up to 80.
The creatures stopped appearing.
And I also do need to get her weapon up to that point, but so far so good for Noelle.
What we fought just now was probably the aftermath of the sandstorm. So we should be safe for the time being.
Well fought, everyone.
Oh.
No injuries, I hope.
Is it a Jolder?
Huh? Who are you?
Ah, my apologies. I haven't had a chance to greet you yet. I had my hands full taking care of the village's elderly and children. I am the chief of Aru village. Everyone usually calls me Uncle Anpu.
Pleasure to meet you.
Sir, I am also originally from the desert, but I have not been back for some time now. May I ask if such sandstorms are common?
I can't say they've always been common, but recently the storms have become increasingly severe and frequent. Besides sandstorms, we also occasionally get earthquakes.
wow.
According to an investigator who stayed in the village a while ago, these unusual natural phenomena are related to the withering of Irminsul.
Another effect of Irminsul's withering. So, Irminsul's withering causes withering zones in the forest, and sandstorms and earthquakes here in the desert?
Everything in the natural world is inextricably connected to Irminsul. These regional symptoms can indeed be a reflection of Irminsul's present state.
Everyone in Aru Village needs to take good care of themselves.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, why haven't I seen a single village keeper since I got here?
Are they all dead?
Village keeper? Who are they? Village guards like Candace?
Does your curiosity know no bounds? Village Keeper is how Aru Village refers to mad scholars exiled here by the Academia.
Oh, really?
Most of them are scholars who lost their sanity after a period of training in the Avidia Forest.
Sounds like someone I know.
The Academia believes that their crazed mutterings may have a negative effect on the psyches of other scholars. So, they're forcibly exiled to the desert. Though if you ask me, it's all a boatload of nonsense.
Until I bring this up.
Alas, that's exactly what we've been trying to investigate. One by one, the village keepers have been mysteriously disappearing without a trace. But no one in the village has ever seen them leave. If you're planning to stay around the village for the next few days, I'd appreciate it if you could keep an eye out for them.
I've had encounters with those people in the past. I'll see what I can do to help.
The Matra are the ones responsible for their exile. Now that you're no longer with them, are you trying to alleviate your guilt and atone for your past sins? I'm fascinated by how you think.
Mock me if you will, but if you are guilty, I will eliminate you, regardless of my position or identity.
And that goes for everyone else.
Oh, you're the former General Mahamatra. You must be an expert in these kinds of investigations. Thank you for your help.
Yeah, we'll help too.
Is it because you're reminded of Hypatia?
Yep.
Oh, these poor scholars. First they lose their sanity, now this! We need to help get them back home, safe and sound. But, is it really a good idea to tag along with Sino? You seem like you really don't trust him.
I don't know if it's because I think he wants me dead or something. Yeah, that's why this is a great opportunity to watch him.
I'll be grateful for the assistance. No doubt you will do a better job than some of my former subordinates. Let's start by finding a spot to share what we know so far.
Alright. Exchange information somewhere else. As in this way. Oh, you want to know my weapon? Okay. If I remember correctly, yeah, I've got her on the Archaic. And it is refined to rank 2, so I do need to get this up to 80 as well, so that's coming along nicely. Also, it would be nice to go back eventually to Inazuma to clean up some of the quests back there that are starting to add up on my to-do list. So I'll need to do that at some point.
Although I've sent myself into exile, I'm still doing essentially the same things as before. Do you still have any questions for me before we start our investigation?
Yeah, why do they refer to magic scholars as village keepers?
One of my former subordinates told me that this title has its origins in a strange incident. The Academia has long exiled mad scholars to Aru Village. A mysterious phenomenon exists here. When mad scholars first arrive, they are as incoherent and deranged as before. But after spending some time here, they invariably begin to calm down Initially, the people of Aru Village greatly resented having to take in the mad scholars. But a strange incident one night changed that. Aru Village was struck by the strongest earthquake in living memory. Seeing buildings on the verge of collapse all around him, the then chief of the village was preparing to take everyone to safety.
When?
Suddenly, he noticed a mad scholar crouching in a corner, caressing the ground with his hands. A soft, green light radiated from him, like a divine glow against the backdrop of night. Despite the powerful tremors that ripped through the ground that night, all the houses remained upright, almost as if they had grown roots reaching deep into the ground. In the end, not a single building collapsed, and no one was hurt. After that, the people of Aru Village treated the mad scholars with greater kindness, and began to refer to them as the village keepers.
A soft green light? A mad scholar protecting Aru Village? What do you make of it, Traveler?
Yeah, it seems like we're referring to and alluding to Nahida.
Paimon thinks so too. Actually, Sino, do you know if any of the mad scholars continued to wear their Akasha terminals at Aru Village?
In theory, they would continue wearing them so the academia could still monitor their activities. With that said, the main Akasha system would no longer have any interaction with them.
Oh, no wonder! Everything makes sense then! Add in the fact that they calmed down, it was probably Nahida who calmed them.
If you are able to draw a conclusion from this one story alone, then it appears you possess much more information than I do.
Clearly.
So, what do you make of the story?
The mad power... Yeah, that's the Lord Kusanali was actually the one who protected the village.
Really? Lesser Lord Kusanali.
What? You don't believe us? Lesser Lord Kusanali was definitely using the Akasha to give her power to the mad scholars!
No, it's not so much that I don't believe you. I'm just struck by your reasoning.
How so?
Lesser Lord Kusanali, the current Dendro Archon. Is she really active in Sumeru?
She got us out of Groundhog Day.
The Academia has always placed far greater importance on the late Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. They've more or less ignored Lesser Lord Kusanali, and I've never had any reason to doubt their views.
Until now.
In addition, I've never heard any stories about Lesser Lord Kusanali and her deeds. To me, she might as well have been a god that never existed.
And you're not alone in that.
No way! Nahida definitely exists! She's a... How should Paimon put it? She's a good Archon who's kind and wise. Even if she says weird stuff sometimes.
Yeah, and she saved me not long ago.
I've spent many years interrogating criminals, so I can easily tell when someone is lying.
Good! Then you should know that we're telling the truth.
That look in your eyes. I've never seen that from a liar. You two really must have met Lesser Lord Kusanali.
We certainly did.
How can this be?
Maybe because, unlike the Academia, she actually cares about some people who are not involved with them?
To think, our Archon has been amongst us this entire time.
Alright, now it's our turn to put our skills to good use for this investigation. But easier said than done.
Yeah.
Especially since we don't have any leads. Maybe we can start by knocking on some doors.
Is that a good idea, though?
Excuse me,
Oh.
are you here to help me find my grandpa?
No.
Huh? Who
But
are
I think
you?
we may end up getting distracted by this task.
By the sounds of it, a resident of this village.
My name is Isak. You'll help me find my grandpa, right?
We kind of have more pressing matters, but maybe?
Is your grandpa a mad scholar?
Hey, don't say that. Grandpa is just Grandpa. Why do you have to call him that? It's not like he's a bad person or anything.
The person you're referring to is not a local, yet you are. Why do you call him Grandpa?
Grandpa is just Grandpa. He's my family.
You don't have a specific name for him?
I heard everything you said to the village chief. Please, you gotta take me with you. I want to find my grandpa. I swear I'll help. I won't be a nuisance.
I worry about this.
Ah, so you're the one who was eavesdropping on us around the village chief's house.
Oh, you noticed someone eavesdropping?
I was planning to go out and take care of whoever it was, but I had a vague feeling that they didn't harbor any ill intent.
Whoa. Haven wasn't kidding about Matra having sharp senses. Sino, he's just a kid. All he wants is to find his grandpa. Let's find a way to help him.
Sorry. I was only listening in because I wanted to know where Grandpa went. Honest. If you don't believe me, you can ask Miss Candace.
Okay.
All right. But first, let's confirm the facts with Candace.
I do not currently have a Claymore billet. Currently, the only thing I have right now for billet is for a bow. But it's not for any of the bows that Kale currently has. So, I'm kind of stuck there. Also, I should point out as well, with the artifacts that I've given to Noelle, I've set her up with a majority gladiator setup, given that she's using a claymore herself, because I noticed that if she has 4 pieces, that her normal attack damage is increased by 35%, so obviously a very big deal for someone like Noelle. And then the 5th artifact that I have for her currently is a lucky dog to boost her geo damage. So that's what I have on Noelle right now. And if I can get a higher star artifact that also offers the geo damage boost, I will definitely make sure to give it to Noelle as soon as possible. Alright, let's go back to Candace. Oh, how are we gonna get up there? Well, we could always use this. But will that even boost us up, though? Yeah, this is either a good idea or a bad idea. Not high enough. Yeah, not high enough, unfortunately. Yeah, I was thinking that there was a proper path. Well, maybe if I go this way. There we go. So yeah, let's now back inside. Alright, got it. As you approach the village chief's house, Sino asks Isaac to wait nearby.
Sino is super vigilant. Is this what all the Matra are like?
Yeah, I imagine they are.
Ah, you're back already.
Hello.
We just wanted to confirm something with you. Do you know a boy by the name of Isak?
I had a feeling he'd go looking for you.
Huh? You knew this would happen?
Yes. Although he tried his best to stay hidden, I still noticed him eavesdropping outside the window. He really wants to get his grandfather back. Isak's parents were both Aramite mercenaries who rarely returned to the village after finding employment in the city.
Oh.
He was raised by his grandfather. Unfortunately, it was only a few years before his grandpa passed away. Isak was still very young at the time, so various families in the village took turns caring for him so he could survive.
Yeah, I can imagine someone his age would not be happy to know that his grandfather was dead.
Later, an elderly mad scholar arrived at the village. Isak thought the scholar bore a striking resemblance to his grandfather, and thus often spied on the man. However, the scholar was unkempt in appearance and incoherent in speech. Although Isak referred to the man as his grandpa, he was afraid and didn't dare to approach him. One summer night, the oft mumbling and bumbling grandpa suddenly calmed down and seemed to become more lucid. He even noticed Isak hiding in the distance. So Grandpa walked up to Isak and patted him on the head. He even took Isak to the entrance of the village, where he patiently taught the boy the names of the stars and accompanied Isak until he fell asleep. The next morning, Isak woke up and wanted to go find his grandpa again, only to realize his grandpa no longer recognized him. However, even so, Grandpa retained his calm expression. It's said that those who saw the scholar claimed he no longer appeared to be crazy, but appeared to be living in his own world, almost as if he were sleepwalking. Isak was thrilled that his grandpa was able to find peace and would follow him all the time, asking him things like, "Grandpa, want me to take you somewhere fun?" Or, "Grandpa, could you tell me stories about the stars again?"
All this somehow just makes Paimon feel really sad. It seems like they both deserve so much better.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Nearly everyone who lives in the desert has some form of hardship or regret. But even so, we must still continue on with our lives. It's also my reason for fighting. I must continue to protect this land.
Lucid Grandpa was Polly Nahida. She must have sued the other math scholars as well, huh? From the look on Sino's face, he's probably connected the dots as well? Or has he?
Maybe the people have always had a considerate god watching over them.
Huh? What did you say, Sino?
No, nothing. As long as Esau keeps his word and doesn't get in our way, we can take him along.
Well, that's the thing, though, with kids, isn't it?
Perhaps you are more compassionate than I gave you credit for.
Maybe.
Please accept my thanks on Isak's behalf, Sino.
Yeah, maybe he needed a little child to soften him up a little bit. Because, yeah, that always works. Yeah, I got curious. I really wanted to see if anyone has posted pictures of themselves cosplaying as Paimon. And lo and behold, I just looked up Google and yep, it's a thing. In fact, one of the first images I see is of a guy with a beard cosplaying as Paimon.
Hey, Isak!
Oh, it's you guys!
We've cleared everything up. Let's go find your grandpa.
Really? Wow, thank you so much!
Yeah, your grandpa will be found safe and sound.
Yeah!
Alright. Let's ask the local residents some questions first.
Oh, and that quest is now considered complete. So now we can ask the locals for information. So we can definitely do that. I do need to heal my party though after taking that beating though. Fortunately for me, a statue of the Seven is very close by. Also, it'll allow me the opportunity to switch over to Dendro for Florian. Yeah, so let's do that right now. Resonate with Dendro. Alright. Let's take it back. Yeah, I'll probably have to use the stairs that we used earlier. Pull myself up. And there we go. So around the corner to first meet with Kazan.
Excuse me, did you happen to see where the missing scholars went?
You mean the village keepers? Oh, let me think. When I was eating dinner the other day, I saw one of them by the side of the road, muttering away and eating mushrooms and tree roots. They shouldn't go around eating that kind of stuff.
Well, given that they're in the desert, I'm surprised they can find that sort of thing.
Okay. Did you notice anything else?
Like where they were going?
Anything else? No, I think that's all I have to tell you. Sorry.
He just walks right off. Yeah, maybe he's hiding something. Next up. Shani, nice to meet you.
The scholars that have gone missing. Have you seen them?
Those eyes. Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Yeah, it's not just the jackal mask that he's wearing.
Don't change the subject.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars. I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night. But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
Do you also think Grandpa and the others are good people?
Grandpa? Oh, hello there. It's little Isak. You mean that nice man who looks like your grandpa's long-lost twin, right? He was actually the one who protected my house. I saw it with my own eyes. He happened to be staying near my house that day and was doing something with his hands on the ground. It still feels pretty surreal now that I think back on it. Did someone teach them how to do that? Well, whatever the case, I'll always be thankful to him and whoever taught him to look out for others. I'm pretty sure that if I ever went mad, I wouldn't be able to do anything like that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Okay, so we're getting a little warmer. Alright, they're about to take us back downstairs. So let's see what we're getting ourselves into with our third point of contact. Down over here by the crates, we find Jabari.
Sir, have you seen my grandpa recently? You know, the one who likes to sit and space out near the village entrance.
Oh, well, if it isn't Isak. Oh, your grandpa, huh? It's been a while. The last time I saw him, he was spacing out by the road as usual. I went and asked him if he'd like any of the food I had prepared, despite my wife's protests. Like many people, she's really quite terrified of them. And speaking of my wife, she's still always complaining about how I don't make enough mora. That might explain why she's always mad at me.
Well, you are in an isolated village.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for taking care of him.
It was nothing. You're looking for him, right? Did he go for a walk and get lost?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's no good. Well, once you found him, come by my place again and I'll cook a little something for the both of you. I've known you since you were very young, so as far as I'm concerned, you're family. Please feel free to come by anytime.
Wow, what a nice guy!
He certainly is.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Oh, wait a minute.
Don't say anything for now.
Yeah, we'll leave all the talking to Paimon.
Isak, stay here.
I don't think he will.
Let's head over there. Stay quiet as you move.
We're being pursued again. We got Eremites chasing us. Oh, things are coming to a head now. Where do you go? Or as we go over here.
Listen, see if you can make out what they're saying.
Does elemental sight work that way?
Have you heard? The mighty King Deshret, the sovereign of our faith, will soon return to this world.
Oh yeah, they've been talking about that.
Yes, of course I have. King Deshret is the one and only true ruler of this land. I've never believed in any other gods. Still, you say he's coming back, but it sure doesn't feel like life's about to change around here anytime soon. What's your proof?
Haven't you noticed? The village has been getting more deranged scholars than ever. Delavar was saying that many people also went insane just before the fall of King Deshret's civilization in ancient times. We don't quite know why, but it seems like there's some sort of connection between insanity and King Deshret.
Is that good or bad?
Isn't it a sign of King Deshret's power that all the mad scholars have disappeared? If you ask me, they must have been chosen as the final sacrifice for King Deshret's resurrection.
Uh-oh.
Huh. Now that you say it, that does make some sense. Does this mean our lives are finally going to take a turn for the better?
Oh boy.
Exactly. Those city folks will get what's coming to them.
Now, repeat everything you've just said from the very beginning.
Hashtag admission of guilt.
Huh?
Busted.
Who are you? Where did you come from?
My patience is running thin. You heard what I
Oh
asked.
jeez. Yeah. Do what I say or else. Yeah, even a spear spin for good measure.
Bro, this guy's something else. Just look at his eyes. One wrong move, and he's gonna flay us alive.
No kidding.
Let's not get on his bad side, okay? I am no match for this guy.
Oh, okay, good sir. What is it you would like to know?
Tell me about King Deshret's resurrection.
Well, I only know a few things from hearsay. I went for a drink the other day and heard others talking about a rumor that the madmen will disappear and that King Deshret will return to this land. I'm not making this up, I swear.
Yeah.
Hey, go on. Keep talking.
Does he necessarily have to say everything?
It's true. It's all true, sir. We desert folk have had more than enough of those people at the academia. They keep sending us all their mad scholars and won't let us have a good life. Would you want to live like this if you were in our place? The radicals were even more thrilled than me when they heard the news. We're all praying for King Deshret's speedy return. Delavar also said that once King Deshret returns to our side, it's only a matter of time before we conquer the land on the other side of the wall. They're all willing to serve under King Deshret and fight for a share of the glory.
Is that so?
Seems like he still wants to know more. Keep talking.
He'll make you talk ad nauseum if he has to.
Got it. At first, I told myself it was just the drink talking, but then all the mad scholars vanished without a trace, just as the rumors said. Please don't beat me up just for mentioning these rumors. If I'm guilty, then everyone else around here is also guilty. I'm just saying what the others said.
The people here really like King Deshret, but dislike the Dendro Archon.
Yeah, the Academia is probably the true target of their hatred.
Where is this radical person you talked about?
I haven't run into him over the past few days, so he probably hasn't been around the village. What about you, man? Have you seen him at all?
No, not at all. We wouldn't dare lie to you. He's really not here right now.
Sounds like you're not too close with the radicals.
No, of course not. All we know are their names.
And what are their names?
I have many ways to stop you from talking, and many others to stop you from sending warning messages. So you'd best just stay home and hope I don't hear of you trying to contact anybody. Don't do anything until I've gotten to the bottom of this. Try something foolish, and even Candace won't be able to protect you.
Damn.
Yes, got it. We'll do just as you say.
Yeah, that's one way to strike hearts into the fear of men.
That scared Paimon half to death. Sino is pretty terrifying.
Yeah, it's not just the jackal mask either.
He didn't
And the way he
try to
just grunts
reassure
like
us
that.
at all. It's like he's used to hearing that. Oh, Paimon bets lots of people have told him that before.
All the more reason for you not to get on his bad side.
I heard that.
Sorry.
It's part of being a Matra. The rumor we heard just now seems like a strong lead. but we need to check a few more places.
Maybe check the scholars' homes?
Very well.
Do we know where they are, though?
Isak!
Oh, hey, Isak.
I'm here.
Where's your grandpa's house?
Well, I can take you there. Just follow me.
Okay. Alright, Isak, lead on. Yeah, don't look down, young man, whatever you do. So cross the bridge.
Grandpa? Oh, he likes to be alone. Sometimes he stares at the sky in a daze, and other times he just pokes at the ground with his fingers. Every now and then, he yells out at the top of his lungs, so a lot of people are really scared of him. But he's a good person, really. I know he is. I swear, he's just like my real grandpa.
So as we follow you along, we're now going uphill. On this... Do we call this a beautiful evening? I can't tell if the stars are out or not.
Well, this is where Grandpa usually stays.
Oh, he doesn't live in a house? That's weird. Hey, Elizabeth, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us.
There sure isn't much here.
What's that smell? Did you catch a faint whiff of incense?
No.
Incense? Please don't say it's the same one as before.
Oh, is it definitely that one?
But are you okay? Are you getting dizzy or need to lie down?
There's a scent that you can sense, but I can't.
Uh-oh.
A certain traveler here once passed out from that smell. Thankfully, Tainari saved the day. And then he gave us a long lecture to explain all about how it worked.
Well, we can't fall back on him if we collapse here.
So, you know Tainari?
Oh.
Huh? You know him too? Are you two friends?
Given Sino's reputation just from knowing him for this short amount of time, he probably considers everyone his enemy.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Now that I concentrate, I can also make out the scent of incense.
Wait, surely Tainari didn't lecture you too?
No. No need. Did you first encounter this scent at Tainari's house?
He was in the forest where Scholar was meditating, yeah.
In the forest. From a scholar.
Keep looking for more clues. Oh, that's not good there, Elizabeth. Well, so we're considered in the general area. We just have to find something. Observe tents. Looks like someone has been living here this entire time. And then observe goods. These are all daily necessities. Doesn't seem like there's more I need to view. Yeah, because if I go too far, I'm considered out of the objective zone. Yeah, let's help ourselves to a starstream while we're here. Why not? Okay, now we're considered to have found enough. So what are we looking for next?
What are you looking for, Sino?
Here it is. Take a look right here.
Paimon doesn't see anything.
Although the traces have been completely buried in the sand, there are footprints here, from the size and shape. They belong to an adult male. This pattern is a common one from this area. Local shoes. This was probably someone from the village. The scent is quite faint, but still extant. The footprints head in that direction.
Oh, so someone else has been here. Yep. Let's guess who.
But who would come looking for Grandpa? He doesn't have any friends.
We'd have to ask whoever lured him away with the incense.
Lured him away, oh boy.
Huh? So you can lure someone away with just a scent?
Yeah, lure by four.
Hey! What's wrong with liking good food? Everyone's got something they love in life.
Exactly. Most scholars are fond of incense, since the smell supposedly helps them clear their minds and discover new knowledge. Even deep within the clutches of madness, They still yearn for their knowledge-seeking days, and will follow the scent whenever it presents itself.
No, Grandpa.
Yeah, not good news.
So, someone's taking advantage of their weakness? Huh. Still, why would anyone want to abduct all the scholars?
Is it indeed to resurrect?
Are the rumors really true?
It's the only lead we have so far.
Could the disappearance of all the mad scholars have something to do with the radicals?
It's highly likely.
Please, you have to save my Grandpa. Grandpa's never done anything wrong. Please help him.
Sounds like we'd better help get him back. Don't you worry, Isak. We won't let whoever took him get away with it.
Let's head to Aru Village and inform Candace and the others about what we learned here. After that, we'll set off to find the scholars.
Alright. So, back to the chief's house. So yeah, fortunately we have this convenient waypoint close by. Yeah, let's see what we can do with this as we forge onward. Oh, I hardly had to move. So what happens?
Right. The darker fabric definitely looks a lot better. That'd be my choice, too.
Don't you have better things to talk about?
We're back, Candace! We've got a lot to tell you.
Ah, welcome back.
Yeah, so let's explain things.
Sounds like everyone's friends already.
Oh, Dia's here too!
You bet. So, everything goes smoothly?
Reasonably.
Alhaitham didn't go with you?
No.
We haven't seen him at all.
Huh. I saw him around the village entrance earlier and figured he was investigating with you. I guess he must have gone off on his own.
Did you find out anything useful?
You tell Candace and Dia everything you learned.
I see. So someone used a kind of incense to lead the exiled scholars away from the village.
The resurrection of King Deshret? First I've heard of it. Far as I know, the kind of incense you just mentioned is only popular beyond the wall.
Oh, being spied on.
Scholars are fond of it, but as you can see, there aren't many scholars still studying around these parts. No seller would be able to make a profit here. Not to mention making incense is a labor-intensive process. You won't see anybody in the desert with the patience to make or sell something that requires that kind of effort. It seems someone from beyond the wall must have been supporting this.
Makes sense.
So what should we do then? Do we go back to the academia and search for leads there?
If it was any other day, that would be your next logical step. But today, you've got me on your team, so you get an extra tip. Didn't you say that the villager got his news from the tavern? Well, I also like to drink at the tavern, so I know a thing or two about these radicals he mentioned.
Oh, really?
If Paimon remembers correctly, the leader of the radicals is some guy called Delavar.
Ah, yeah. Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, Engur, the wide-eyed butcher, and Jabari, the duck-tailed bearded crook. The whole lot of them are known around these parts.
Oh, geez. Jabari? Yeah, I'm familiar with these names.
These guys have one thing in common, and that's being broke. The rougher life gets, the more they want to believe in King Deshret. Way they see it, King Deshret's resurrection is their only chance at overthrowing the academia.
Come out and show
Throwing all of
yourself.
Sumeru into chaos is the only way to change the way of life here in the desert. Anyway, that's my guess why they've chosen to become radicals.
Tia, you're amazing! You really know this place inside and out.
What do I have to object to? He is winking at me. Maybe I should stay quiet for now. Well, I've always been quiet.
No
I am
merc
the
can
lead
afford to
protagonist.
slack off on gathering intelligence. Every more I've spent in the tavern has been a valuable investment.
Let's head out.
Now hold on, you're staying right here, Sino.
You don't order him around.
Why?
Aru Village is not a big place. Outsiders stand out here like a sore thumb. I'd bet word about you has already gotten out. The desert is unforgiving, so the way of life here is also a lot tougher than on the outside of the wall. You survive on making connections out here. Compared to you, mercs like me are just third-rate amateurs. I've got no actual fighting skills to speak of.
Really?
But that also makes it a whole lot easier for me to gain the locals' trust.
Given all the fighting that you did during the Groundhog Day sequence. You're like, are you sure about that?
I need to go around and ask some questions, but it'll be difficult if you're with me.
Fine.
Good, then we've got a plan. The Traveler and Paimon will go to Caravan Rebot with me, and we'll try our best to figure out where the Mad Scholars have been taken. Sino, you'll have to stay in the village and continue investigating on your own.
Alright, sounds like a plan.
Yeah, and now that they know it. Yeah, Dia, do something about them, would you? Yeah, pretty please. Okay, how far out are we going? Yeah, see, it's back over here, so... Where's the waypoint? There we go. Back to the borderline. So, let's see what happens when we head on back.
Well, here we are again.
Sounds like you're starting to get familiar with the area.
Sort of.
Paimon's amazed every time we see the wall of Samiel. How can a wall this tall even exist? It's almost unreal.
I know what you mean. I had the same question every time I walked this way when I was a kid. Also, why is this high wall here? And can a wall really block sandstorms? It was only after I grew up that I realized the wall of Samiel isn't just there to keep out the sandstorms. It serves a more important purpose, keeping out people like us.
Why?
Sumeru is run by wise and mighty sages. To them, us desert dwellers are nothing but tools that can be used and discarded at their whim. We're cheap labor, like livestock, but easier to control. Nothing more.
Yikes.
Even if a child from the desert got the chance to obtain an Akasha terminal, almost all their requests for knowledge would be denied. The academia believes we're underserving. Geniuses like Sataria are 1 in a million. The other children never get a single chance to try and rewrite their fate. Even though the academia knows very well that we're humans, just as they are.
But you have cat ears, though.
That's terrible.
I would tear down this wall with my own hands if I could.
But... yeah, I hope she doesn't do anything drastic.
Hey, Thea. You're not thinking about doing anything scary, are you?
No, not at all. This place just gets me thinking, that's all. Besides, we're here to procure information, aren't we?
That is the plan.
Yep, we gotta catch those.
Hold on. Yeah.
Shh. Caravan Rebot is crawling with people, so be careful what you say. We don't want anyone to find out what we're here for.
Yeah, we're probably already on the wanted list around here anyway.
Our mission started the moment we arrived here. Let's go check out the tavern. Maybe we'll find someone I know.
I hope you're right. Okay, in we go. So we're going this way. It's not that far of a trek to the tavern.
Just our luck. None of them are here today.
You mean you don't see anyone you know?
Dia, is that you? What a coincidence. You here for a drink too?
Zaki. Finally, a friendly face.
Well, let's hope he actually is.
And who do you have with you here? Guests from another land?
Yeah, we are. Nice to meet you.
Hello, hello. I'm Zaki. Dia's, how would you put it? Drinking buddy?
We've had drinks together a few times. You could say we go back a ways. Anyway, as far as my friends here, they aren't too shabby, are they? You rarely see any Outlanders so friendly and respectful nowadays.
Absolutely. Much better than those people on the other side of the wall. So, Dia, are you looking for someone?
Yeah. Have you seen Enger, Delavar, or Jabari recently?
Of course I have. Matter of fact, we were all here drinking together just a few days ago.
I've got a spice trading deal from another nation. I thought maybe Delavar and his friends might be interested. Know where I could find him?
Perfect cover.
Ah, how thoughtful of you. Then I assume you also know that Delavar's been having a hard time making ends meet these days. So, you came here to help him out?
Hey, keep it down. Let's just say I prefer to keep this deal a secret. Y'all at Caravan Rebot are like family. If there's more to be made, why not do it together? Besides, Delavar and his friends have muscle. They'd be a good fit for escorting the goods.
Yeah, the way that he's posing like this, I have a feeling he's doing something suspicious. Or thinking something suspicious.
Yes, how considerate of you. Delavar's my friend too, so of course I can take you to him. Come with me.
Alright. Go to the place Saki mentioned, which is over 100 meters away. It's in the middle of nowhere.
What?
Oh.
So he's not.
Eremite mercenary. No, I shouldn't be scared of that at all. Yeah, to the wilderness we go. Now we gotta turn this way, where there is still grass, but not much of it. Well, blowing in the wind until. Oh, what are you all talking about? Oh, still trying to get a must-obtain list of characters?
Are we there yet?
Yep, this is the place.
For us to get screwed.
This place is practically deserted. What are they doing in a place like this?
Tip your hand.
Why don't you take a guess? Go on. A wild stab in the dark. You're like lambs to the slaughter.
Glad I used the statue of the Seven. Well, behind you.
Oh no! It's an ambush!
Yeah, we never had a chance.
What's this all about, Zaki?
Come on, Dia. You really think we didn't hear about what you said back in Aru Village? The boys have kept a close eye on you from the moment you set foot there. Not only do I know that you're looking for Delavar, I also know that you've teamed up with people from the Academia to look for the missing scholars.
So, you've been watching us from the very beginning?
Kind of hard not to in this circumstance.
Uh-oh. Paimon knew leaving Sino behind was a mistake!
Yeah, because he was very easy to identify.
And you left the strongest one in the village, didn't you? Who do you think you are? You really thought we'd fall for your little business deal nonsense?
So you and Delavar have been partners all along.
Of course.
Dia, I guess it's only natural for a traveling mercenary like you to be out of the loop. Those of us who hang around the tavern have stronger bonds than you think. But you got one thing right. We're all looking forward to an uprising in Sumeru. There's nothing more we'd like to see than the desert folk overthrowing the Academia.
If that's the case, then I'm sure Delavar wouldn't miss a second of it.
I'll be honest with you. If it weren't for what you said in the village, your little monologue about the Wall of Samiel would have convinced me that you're one of us.
Yeah, they all see her as a traitor.
Delavar. And Enger, you're here too, huh?
Yeah, appropriate his name is Anger because right now I have some anger towards him.
Long time no see, Miss Mercenary.
And you sound drunk.
You should have known the traitors are what us followers of King Deshret despise the most.
Dia, I thought that you, a fellow desert dweller, would understand why King Deshret is greater than the Dendro Archon. Little did I know, you don't deserve to join us.
Yeah, gee, what a missed opportunity. Adopting radical views and kidnapping innocent scholars, all because of some baseless rumors. Anything else I'm missing out on?
Yeah. Also, this high wind is serving as a very appropriate setting for this scene.
See? There you have it. Mercenaries are just a bunch of faithless scum with only one thing on their minds. Mora. Pathetic. You're all like a pack of street rats.
Don't confuse me with Aladdin.
You're not wrong. Mercenaries are driven by Mora, and my faith lies with whoever's paying me. As long as there's a profit to be made, anyone can become my friend.
Enough talking. Get him.
Time for me to pummel some sense into you. And your friends.
Just as I expected. Let's teach him a lesson, traveler.
Yeah. It is on. Go!
My guiding stars!
Let's see what we can do against these morons. Yeah, you're going to get crossing me.
Cole, learn to command.
Oh, take this. Yeah, get overwhelmed. I'm gonna really make you suffer. Yeah, I guess friendship is razor thin with these guys. Oh, hello there, my super huge long sword skill. Yeah, you launched right into my shot. What an idiot.
Leave it all to me.
Yeah, he sees that I'm swinging this big massive sword and just jumps right in head first. Get on out of here.
Impossible. How could you?
Yeah, apparently word of the traveler's deeds has not reached this far.
So, what do you think about your meticulous network now, Zaki? How did you say it? It's only natural for a traveling mercenary like me to be out of the loop. I'm guessing your informant told you that I'm just an incompetent merc with no real fighting skills, correct? I mean, that is what I said after all. And of course you would believe everything he reported. The only thing you know about me is that I'm a mercenary, but you've never seen me in action.
And we still haven't.
Even though you heard we went to handle monsters together, you believed that Candace was the only one doing all the real fighting. That so-called Flame Mane is just a fraud. She admitted it herself. She just uses her connections to gain the trust of others. That's what you thought, right?
Ugh. You lied in the village because you figured that we'd have people watching you.
Well played.
And you were stupid enough to fall for it. I figured as much the first time we drank together. You all thought you were so smart. Pathetic.
With one swift kick, Dea knocks Zaki unconscious.
Okay, that should be all of them.
Why not just go full Mortal Kombat and finish him?
Whoa! So you've been planning this since we were in Aru Village?
No task can be done without preparation. I just happened to notice a couple suspicious-looking people while you were out investigating.
Oh, of course.
Oh, but instead of catching them right away, you let them report back.
Those two who were snooping around were just a couple small fries. If we want to get the real catch, we have to be patient and give it some time.
And so...
Oh, you mean the funny name she mentioned back in Uncle Ampu's house? The wide-eyed butcher, scar-riddled bandit, Paimon can't remember them all.
Me neither.
That's just a bunch of drunk talk. Edgar and Delavar like to talk themselves up when they're drinking. Edgar, the wide-eyed butcher, and Delavar, the scar-riddled bandit, are the nicknames they came up with for themselves. Alcohol has a way of making people share what they really think. So Edgar and Delavar are always rambling in the tavern about how King Deshret is a superior deity.
What about Zaki?
Yeah.
He's just a numbskull who fell right into our trap. Zaki was probably the best hidden of them all. My initial plan was to find Delavar first, and then try to track him down.
So who's Ducktail?
That's what you wanted to ask when we were at Uncle Anpu's house, right? Jabari is one of the villagers you talked to. You know, the one who wanted to treat Isak and his grandpa to some food.
Wait, so he's a radical too?
No, he isn't. I just needed to tack on a random villager name to make the eavesdropper think that I was making some wild guesses based on my impressions.
Wow.
Wow, what a genius idea!
Ah, you're too kind. It was straight from the usual playbook, if I'm honest.
Is that so?
So, that thing you were saying before, is it really true?
About what?
About how mercenaries only care about Mora, and that anyone's a friend as long as there's a profit.
Does that bother you?
I don't think you're that kind of person.
What makes you so sure?
Even without an employer, you're still helping us out.
Do you dislike the Dendro Archon like the other desert folk?
You two are pretty sharp. No, I don't have anything against the Dendro Archon.
But
I've heard a lot of nice things about the Lesser Lord from Dunyarzad. I can understand her devotion and gratitude. Dunyarzad's just an ordinary person. There's no way a god would be so involved in the lives of everyday people, unless they were truly compassionate.
oh, I'm glad someone did there, Elizabeth.
I've begun to realize that the sages are behind everything that's happened recently. The radicals' blind belief in King Deshret, making the Dendro Archon out to be an enemy. It's all the Academia's trickery. But I see through it all. And unlike them, I can never be hostile towards anyone who's never done anything wrong.
Dia.
Anyway, looks like we're done with business here. Traveler, lend me a hand. Let's tie him up and bring him to the village.
Okay, fine. I'd rather just finish them off so that they don't prove to be any more trouble later on down the road. Because knowing how devout they are to King Deshret, I would imagine they would stoop to even lower levels. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool there, Elizabeth. That's why I love you so much. But yeah, I do miss you a lot.
This should be all of them. I'll let you take it from here.
All right. I'll be in touch. Until then, please stand by.
Candace, do you need any help?
Candace will be okay on her own. I trust her, so you can too. She's been guarding Aru Village for quite some time now. If anyone is qualified to question the offenders, it's her.
While I'm questioning them, why don't you pass some time by exploring the area?
I'll meet you back here tomorrow morning, Traveler.
Alright, sounds good.
As for these idiots, let's just hope they live to see another day.
Alright, so wait till the next morning. Also, we could eavesdrop if we wanted to. Well, as fun as that will be, the show must go on. So we only need to wait a few hours. Oh, achievement unlocked. Got myself to some more primos. Alright, dear. Oh, it's 6 o'clock. Oh, okay. Oh, it's one of those stupid things again, where we have to literally advance it for a full day. That's so dumb. Like, just give me the benefit of the doubt and just make it so that it only has to be a few hours, not a whole day. Give me some slack, game. Come on. And now it counts. Yeah, that's so dumb.
Hey, Dia!
Right on time.
Did we learn anything from the criminals?
We'll know any moment now.
Paimon's been wondering. You seem to know Candace pretty well. Have you been friends for a long time?
We've known each other for some time now. She's a pretty interesting person. Even though she's an extremely strong warrior, she never misuses her powers against others.
Oh, Paimon knows what you mean. Like a lot of martial artists say, never take the fight outside the ring.
Yep, I guess you can put it that way. It takes strong convictions to be as dedicated as she is, and shoulder that kind of responsibility. Us mercs, on the other hand, we pretty much live from one day to the next.
Well, Paimon thinks you're great too.
Really? Thanks for that.
Well, you've been very useful so far as helping us out. Ah, there you are, Sino.
Oh, Sino's here, and he's pretty early too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna want some answers with that monotone voice of his.
Yes, I was here yesterday to help out a little.
To help out? By doing what?
Sharing some interrogation techniques.
Oh, to who?
Oh, you mean you taught Candace some more persuasive methods?
Right.
Come on in, everyone.
Come on, let's go inside.
Yeah, let's go. So what will happen when we get to see this for ourselves? So when we go inside...
Candace, where? Whoa, you look furious.
Oh, really?
Do I? Huh. What gave it away?
Oh, there's no mask that can hide true bloodlust. Cover up your eyes, and it'll still show itself at the corners of your mouth.
Perhaps I need to work on my composure. Still, it's perfectly understandable why I'm angry. I'm sure everyone present would agree.
Yes, ma'am.
Please, don't beat us anymore. We're gonna die.
Well, jeez. Yeah, all of a sudden he is quivering.
Well, looks like Sino taught her well.
Yeah, now she's just as terrifying as he is.
You fear death yourselves, yet you do not hesitate to place the lives of others at risk. The absurdity is mind-boggling.
Yeah, they'd rather be alive to see the glory of King Deshret.
The ones you call mad scholars are known to us as the Village Keepers. They are vital members of our community, and some even count them as family. You come here to my village, and you treat my people as nothing more than stepping stones towards your goal. Tell me, what would you do to you in my position?
Mercy! Please have mercy!
You've made your bed.
And now you get to lie in it.
We may all be desert dwellers, but there's one thing that I understand better than you. The resurrection of King Deshret will only result in war. And war serves no one. The people of Aru Village care little about which god is in power. Life may be tough and tiring, but we wish to preserve our way of life. A war would only cause us to lose all that we have. And that is not a responsibility that you can afford to shoulder.
We understand. We're sorry.
Yeah, I'll believe when I see it.
I'll tell you everything I know. Please, just let us go.
I almost feel like we're about to do the Don Corneo interrogation.
I'm listening.
You might not believe this, but it wasn't us who came up with this idea. Someone was spreading rumors in the tavern. That's how we ended up hearing about King Deshret's resurrection. Some mystery man told us that mad scholars will make the perfect sacrifice to usher in King Deshret's resurrection. They give their lives, and we can get anything we wish for.
They're called Village Keepers. Slip up again, and you'll regret it.
Yes, sorry. It was all that mystery man's doing. He told us to spread the word about King Deshret's resurrection and talked us into helping him. In return, he said he'll help facilitate the resurrection process.
So, where are they now?
I'm not sure.
Oh, are you sure that you're not sure?
That's one.
Huh? One what?
Strike. You get a total of 3. Then, you die by my hand.
Wait, I'm telling the truth. We don't know anything. It was all him.
2.
Yeah. Now all of a sudden it's a Pulp Fiction interrogation.
He got us to lure them out of their houses in the night with some kind of incense. We take them to a junction outside the village. Then the mystery guy takes them from there. You gotta believe me, please. I'm telling the truth, I swear. Just ask them if you don't believe me.
Yeah, dump it on them.
That was indeed the truth. Traveler, go on.
What am I gonna say? Yeah. Can you explain this person?
You have to believe me. If I knew that, I would have told you his name right away. I'm not risking another beating to keep his secrets. No way. That guy, he wears a cloak, and he's always careful to cover his face. He calls himself King Deshret's envoy.
I believe I may know what's going on.
Thank you for intervening there, Uncle Anpu.
Uncle Anpu? What do you mean?
Meanwhile. Yeah, that would be 3.
Smooth.
3 on all of them.
Okay, speak.
If my suspicions are correct, this mystery man they speak of could be from the Academia. Some time ago, people from the Academia attempted to take the village keepers away. I refused, insisting that they are part of our community. It strikes me now that this secretive character shares the same goal they had.
Which means it's highly likely that the Academia was purposely spreading a false rumor to trick the radicals into delivering the village keepers right into their hands. They were the ones who brought them here to begin with. Now they're trying to take them back? We aren't gonna let that happen.
Not the Academia again.
Yeah, we should also explain.
Just as I thought. But what could they want with the village keepers?
People are nothing but tools in the eyes of the Academia. That changing their plans likely means they found another way to exploit the scholars. Regardless, our top priority now is locating the village keepers.
You're right. Isaac is still waiting for news on his grandpa.
And I imagine it will not be pretty.
Time to go. Let's leave the village and try to track them down.
Yes. Pack up and get ready to leave.
Yeah, just in case any more, people are trying to eavesdrop on us.
You got it. Candace, I'll let you deal with the radicals. Leave everything outside the village to us.
All right.
Let's meet back here once everyone's ready.
I'm ready to go right now, if that's all right with you. So, cry from the Alizar Hospital. Oh, what's gonna happen here? Yeah, it'll be interesting for sure to see what happens next. Yeah, imagine this will be quite a load, because, yeah, we're going right into another cutscene. So, yeah, what do they have in store for us next? Oh, hello there, pixelated.
Let's get some food in us and
them.
Whoa! Where did you come from?
Yeah, welcome back.
Well, as you can see, I am merely sitting here and reviewing what we have deduced thus far.
You were gone for ages, and now you're suddenly sitting here musing to yourself? Where have you been anyway?
I'm not at liberty to disclose that information.
Hey, what's with the silence?
You never think things through before asking questions. I'm giving you some time to make up for that.
Paimon's so mad! Paimon's gonna give you an ugly nickname!
Yeah, do it!
Never mind. Paimon's got nothing.
I got one. Creepy eyes, because of the fact that even though he has green eyes, he's got the red outline around them. Now that's creepy.
There's just nothing super obvious to pick with this guy. It makes it so hard.
Yeah, and on the inside too.
Well, you've heard nothing to suggest I left this whole time. So clearly, I stayed in the village to investigate. Anyway, you plan to leave Aru village and keep searching for the truth of this matter, yes?
Uh-huh.
Yep. We're not gonna find out anything more by staying here, so we thought that we might as well take the search elsewhere. Enough with the silent treatment!
Yeah, he's forcing us to use our own minds.
No. I'm just surprised that you decided to team up with him.
Well, it's not like we had much of an opportunity to team up with you.
Alhaitham, you haven't helped us out at all ever since we arrived at Aru Village.
Exactly.
Bold of you to question our choices.
Yeah, you're all talk.
While you were investigating, I had my own work to do, which I've now finished.
And so, what happened?
Really? Paimon doesn't believe you.
To be honest, we aren't really a team, so I have no obligation to inform you of my whereabouts. Not to mention that going separate ways allowed me to find some important information that you all had missed.
So where are we going with it?
Huh? Right here in the village?
Correct.
What did you learn?
I'm going to take you to someone. But before that, you need to understand where she's coming from.
And who's this she?
What does that mean?
How do you think the residents of Aru Village feel about what we're doing?
I have nothing to say, apparently.
In other words, do you truly believe every single word the villagers tell us?
You mean some of them lied to us?
Would have put it past them.
Hiding the truth does not necessarily equate to lying. Again, these people have their reasons. Remember what Candace said? Most people in Aru Village don't necessarily care which deity is in charge of Sumeru. That's because whether King Deshret or the Dendro Archon has power is of little significance to them. By contrast, the perils of their daily lives are ever-present concerns. They won't simply share everything they know with you without good reason. That's why you believed there was no further information to be found in this village.
You can find new information from someone you've already spoken to?
Glad you're following along. Among those you have talked to, there's someone who was consciously keeping you out of the loop. In fact, she's been observing your every move since you arrived.
And that's who you want us to speak to?
The reason being, to someone who only wants to live their life in peace, any external factors introduce unpredictability into the equation.
Oh, Shani.
Those fierce eyes. You look like a real fighter.
Don't change the subject.
It's quite obvious that she's intimidated by Sino's authority and strength.
Right. You were asking about the mad scholars.
She corrected herself mid-sentence because she's aware that there are King Deshret fanatics in the village. If she sounds too friendly towards the village keepers, she could easily make herself the radicals' next target.
Oh, jeez.
I think it's been a few days since I last saw them. I usually go to bed pretty early, so I'm not too familiar with what goes on at night.
Remember? She made a point of denying her involvement in anything that occurs at night.
But honestly, I feel quite sympathetic towards them. Even though they act a little strange, they've helped me in the past. If it weren't for them, my house would have collapsed long ago.
After speaking to the village chief, it became clear that the village keepers had protected Aru Village at night. In other words, the young miss was very much awake during that time.
Then why would she lie?
She has her reasons, I'm sure.
By getting involved with an outsider, she risks drawing unwanted attention to herself. As for why she might be so wary about all this, maybe you should ask her.
I'll pass on this one. You said that she is afraid of me. If so, it's best if I stay out of this.
Dude, everyone is afraid of you.
We're on it.
Yeah, everyone is afraid of you. But for the person mentioned by all time. Or all hate them. It's Lewa syndrome all over again. Oh, it's not that? Oh, it is. I was confused because of where the icon was.
Miss Shawnee, as we discussed earlier, I've brought someone with me.
Yeah, don't be afraid.
Mr. Alhaitham, I'm aware of where you stand, but how can I make sure that your friends think the same as you?
Huh? What do you mean? We need to clarify our stance or something?
I guess so.
Go ahead and talk to her. You'll get the answers you want. Go on. Earn her trust.
Is it really that simple?
Yeah, only one way to find out.
May I call you Traveler?
Everyone does.
Hi, Traveler. I want to ask you something.
Go ahead.
Do you think the resurrection of King Deshret can truly change Sumeru for the better?
Yeah, we're just gonna be curt and say no.
Why's that?
It'll result in conflict because this is what Candace has said.
That's very similar to what Miss Candace says. I know you two are friends. That's why I'm willing to talk to you, even though I do have some reservations. Before, I wouldn't even have the courage to ask something like this. Traveler, do you believe our lives will get better?
Oh, gray areas. I can't promise anything, but I'll do the best I can, sure.
Yeah, we came here from another nation, so it isn't wrong of you to be weary. And we aren't really residents of any one nation. But even so, we've met lots of people from different places, and we've always fought for what we believed in. We have friends in Sumeru, and we want to help them. That's why we decided to stay here for a while.
Yeah, what do you have to say about it?
I want to trust you.
But
My apologies for posing my questions like that. To be honest, I didn't expect you to come back for more information.
Oh, Hatham told us you have your reasons. It's okay. We understand.
The fact is that only one side of my family is desert folk. I don't really fit in anywhere in Sumeru.
oh boy.
Some believe in the Dendro Archon, while others believe in King Deshret. I don't belong to either side, and neither side would want me.
Speaking of which, the radicals mentioned that they despise traitors. Do they just think that anyone who's different from them is a traitor?
Yeah. Some people can be so narrow-minded when it comes to bloodline and beliefs. It makes no difference what I say or how I behave. I'll always be suspected of having ulterior motives. Slowly, I just stopped talking to people. I pretended not to hear or see anything. All I want is to live my life in peace. And then it happened. The village keepers who had helped me disappeared with no explanation, and I didn't dare breathe a word about it to anyone. Until now.
So you know where they are?
You can tell them. I'm sure he'll keep your secret.
All right. I'll tell you what I told Al-Haytham. I actually have a sharper sense of hearing than most. Sometimes, I hear strange crying sounds in the night.
Oh boy.
There are ghosts?
Perhaps. I'm not sure. It's faint, but it's definitely the sound of crying. It comes from far away in the distance, and always carries very raw emotion. It used to be louder and more frequent, but ever since you arrived in the village, it doesn't seem to happen as often. And when it does, it's much quieter. I have to focus really hard to make it out.
I confirmed this with the guards on night duty. They also have someone with a good ear, and he's heard similar sounds at night. But because we're in the middle of a desert, he would rather believe that they are the cries of beasts than ghosts.
So yeah, where are they coming from?
There's really nothing around these parts, except for an old hospital not far from the village.
Yeah, I was wondering why the quest was named what it was.
I think they used to use it for treating Elazar, but it's been abandoned for years.
Yeah, then let's go see it.
Yeah, let's go.
Thank you, Miss Shawnee. Go to the Elazar Hospital. It's 300 meters away. Is there a waypoint close to it? No, but I can't get myself closer. Yeah, I can also get myself closer to the dendrohypostasis. Alright. Also, it's pointing me this direction. Let's go. Yes, stay clear. This could get nasty. Dar al-Shifa.
Oh. Is this the place? It's in terrible shape.
Who's attacking
And
me?
there's sand everywhere.
They're over here.
Empty and forgotten.
Take this.
An ideal place to hide people.
Come on.
Steady as stone.
Take this. Yeah, lay your waste. There's barriers to worry about possibly as well, but it seems like we have everything well in hand. I have all this faded red sand. I can only wonder who gets this particular material as their means of ascending as we climb up, or at least try to.
Power core! Propagate!
Oh.
Leave it all to me.
And whack you a little bit. I've mentioned this before, but I'm never really a fan of these dynamic camera angles that the camera just changes rotates when I'm not touching the camera. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go around. You know, you got yourself stuck. Ah! Oh, that was good. Yeah, try all you might to do your fancy special whirlwind move, but you got yourself stuck behind a stupid pillar because you went too far away and then you got yourself caught. Oh, that was good. That was good. Oh, I need that to be clipped, please. I need that to be clipped. Yeah, still one hiding. All of a sudden you're scared, aren't you? Yeah, you are scared.
Leave it all to me.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, more on the way. Whoa! And whoa. Yeah, I was not kidding. Now that is a hilichurl.
The night is cold.
Yeah, you've got bad intentions, I'm sure. I gotta get through that shield of yours, too. Oh, knocked over the rail. I should also not be grabbing things I shouldn't need to be grabbing because things like that can occur. Oh, I'm getting really rocked right now. This is falling apart as this guy is spamming the same dive bomb move over and over again.
No stone unturned.
Oh, take this. Oh. Take this.
Don't be scared.
And then switch real quick. A little crystallization on you, maybe.
Someone needs assistance.
Yeah, you are not holding back here. And neither am I, thankfully. Take this. Swing for the fences, Noelle! This may not be the first Noelle, but it's certainly gonna be a gift for sure if we can use your power to get us to victory.
My guiding stars.
Propagate!
Look out! Giving me puts up his shield again. Wow! And again.
Someone needs assistance.
Yeah, that'll be me. Of course, I can't do that, or else I'll not making this quest eligible. I don't know what you're throwing around there, but it's not good.
Leave it all to me. My guiding
I need you to chill out, sir. Whoa! Yeah, give me the fire, please, quickly. Oh, switch.
stars, shine for me.
Yeah, you lost your shield again. Almost got you. There, we got it. There.
They were easier to deal with than Paimon had expected.
Easier? Were you even paying attention, Paimon?
Super strong bandits? Or monsters taller than buildings dropping out of the sky? Or, something like that.
Meanwhile...
He looks super serious. We gotta stay on our A game too.
Yes, we do.
This is the one.
What have you found? Yeah, use your vision. Oh, we don't even need to do it ourselves. Meanwhile, explosive barrels on the side of the camera there.
Let's go in and take a look.
You carefully search the abandoned hospital. We don't even get to see what's inside? Yeah, I was about to say. Looks like we have a bunch of grass growing in here.
Hey, Ethan, we haven't found Squat. Are you sure we aren't wasting our time here?
Patience. Shawnee says she only hears the crying at night. We have time to burn.
Oh, it's this again.
Until then.
Until then, he says.
I'm taking a break.
And just like that, he sits down. Wait, he even brought a book to read?
That's one tiny book.
What are you reading? Let Paimon see.
Probably not something she'd be interested in. Don't get too close.
Okay, sure.
The natural position, which is the positional propensity of an entity in natural motion.
At least she's taking an interest there, Florian. What are you doing?
Huh? When free from external influences, every entity displays the tendency to follow its natural trajectory.
And you may not be a fan there, Florian, but hey, this could actually be useful information later.
So, you got that?
Oh, Paimon gives up. You keep reading your book. See ya.
Hey, you never know. It could be useful.
How is he so relaxed? Look at him, reading an impossible book in a creepy place like this.
It wouldn't kill you to read a book once in a while here, or maybe it's time to spread your wings and become learned.
Hey, what good is that gonna do for you? You're acting like one of those annoying grown-ups who go around nagging people to focus on their studies.
The more you learn, the more money you can earn to support me?
Hey, what gives? Shouldn't you be the one providing for Paimon?
Isn't that what I'm doing now?
Oh, right. Okay, then.
Yeah, careful there, girl.
Thank you for working so hard and earning so much more. If it weren't for you, Paimon would probably still be floating around in the ocean somewhere. Thank you.
You're welcome. Even though your lips are moving still. Yeah, you're welcome. I mean, we've been together for 50 streams. So as day turns to night, and we didn't even have to manually do it ourselves.
Paimon's getting so sleepy.
Oh,
Huh? What was that sound?
those are the voices we need to hear.
There it is. It's coming from that direction.
So let's find out what's going on in there.
Is the sound coming from here? Huh. Paimon's not seeing anything.
It's from below.
Oh, jeez.
But there's no way we can get down there.
Isn't it just a trap door?
Something is off about the interior here.
Yeah, just slide it over. Just slide it over and we'll see what we need to see. And what we see right now, yeah, it looks like a barrier of sand.
As I thought, there's a hidden structure.
Wow. It's like they tucked another hospital into this one.
But given what's going on, do we necessarily call this a hospital now?
Oh, it looks like there are other mechanisms around here. Let's keep exploring.
Yes, we must. Oh, what? Okay, that's weird. Or maybe we're just going back outside to do exploring. Yeah, we are. Well, since there's so much to investigate, let's do it. And since these are conveniently here...
Stay
Yeah, I was kind of a little nervous to do that, but it allows us to investigate what was over there. Okay, so investigate the 3 elemental monuments around the hospital. So yeah, we know that there's the one here. So Hatham turned it on. Okay, here's another.
Propagate!
Oh, hello there, Dendroculus. And contrary to popular belief, it is not a deep, massive chasm. Oh, there's a third one over there, but it's locked by the other 2, I'm pretty sure. It just comes down to finding the other 2. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I should have seen that coming. Okay, where's the other? Is it above me somewhere? Maybe if I can get climb up, I can give myself a better view. Well, it is over here, but it's also blocked out. Which is why I gotta fight for it.
Power core!
You know, we got little mini dragons going on.
The night is cold.
Take this.
Amp it up!
So yeah, if we want them, we gotta fight for them. Where did you go?
My guiding stars. Steady as stone.
Alright, looks like we got that one. Point yourself up. There we go. And
Scatter!
alright, so now we can come over here because we know exactly what we're dealing with. Alright, enemies, show yourselves.
Pyrotechnics!
Cool. Well, you're just in a hard charging mode now, aren't you?
The night is cold.
At least we know what we're dealing with, and that's the key thing here.
Propagate!
Ah. Yeah, well, I'm having a hard time seeing them.
As a good knight should.
Oh, you consider... Oh, because it's Geo, right.
My
That's
guiding
unfortunate.
stars.
Oh, jeez.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Yes, indeed.
Feel the beat.
Yeah, I'm making you bow down.
Try till I'm dead. Cole, mine to
Oh,
command.
how'd you end up over here? But more are coming.
Scatter!
Leave it up to me.
Yeah, simple way to crystallize you.
The night is cold.
Yeah, Dendro is so useful getting a quick use on special abilities so it's not stuck on prolonged cooldown.
Not now.
And this one likes to fly away.
Steady as stone.
Yep, take this. Yeah, that includes you, Flying Mushroom.
Propagate!
My guiding stars.
Yep, come on.
Germinate!
Try and keep them grounded as much as possible. There we go.
Stars.
Yeah,
shine
this
for
certainly
me.
helps. You're down. Good. Well,
Someone needs
yeah,
assistance.
the barrier doesn't need to be destroyed though, thankfully. There we go. Go back to the lower level. Alright, away we go. Oh. He's an ancient key. Alright. Well, that was kind of interesting that we found such a thing, but now we need to find an ancient key. I won't even know where to find those. In case of emergency, contact the physician on duty immediately. Monday, Ibrahim. Tuesday, unknown. Wednesday, Amudi. The remaining sections are blank. Emergency notice. This week's meals. We need to find out what else is going on. So as we approach...
Look! There's someone over there!
Yeah.
Good idea. Let's approach him slowly without alarming him.
Steady as she goes.
Wait.
Oh. What's going on?
You're...
Oh, you recognize him?
He can't speak, and his eyes are unfocused. But he looks too young to be anyone's grandfather. Also, why is he the only one here?
Didn't expect to see him here.
But you know who this is.
You know him?
He's Razak, a senior of mine at the academia.
He's a scholar too? Is he the kind that holes up in a forest and mumbles stuff about training?
No. And that's the problem.
Why?
Razak was never involved in any of those things. He never trained in the forest, let alone reach Satyavada life.
So how did he become like this?
Leaving that question aside for the moment, him being here alone means that we might be too late.
Uh-oh.
Looks like they've already taken everyone away. For whatever reason, they left Razak here. Perhaps they simply didn't have time to come back for him.
Oh,
There are drag marks on the ground. They're clearer by the doorway. Someone was forcefully drawing a cart that was loaded with something heavy.
How could anyone get a cart underground here, though?
Loaded with people?
That is one possibility. It looks like they were in a hurry, as if they were afraid of being caught. In their haste, they failed to notice Razak hiding in a corner.
So maybe we can interrogate him if we can bring him to his senses?
The symptoms are identical. Looks like we found living proof.
Huh? Why do you say that?
Allow me to jog your memory. Recall your time at Port Ormos. Don't you think his symptoms look familiar?
Yeah, we gotta think about this one. Yeah, I kind of had a feeling it would be this guy. Yeah, the Aramaic guy who went mad.
Oh, now that you mention it, they're acting the same way.
Correct. The academia is behind all of this. It isn't difficult to deduce their rationale. First, the academia spread a false rumor of King Deshret's resurrection, emphasizing the role of the village keepers, the mad scholars who were exiled to Aru village. These rumors were all the persuasion that the radicals needed, and those based in Aru village leapt into action. Unbeknownst to them, of course, through rounding up the scholars, they were actually helping the academia.
Yeah, egg on their face.
As well as being able to exploit the radicals for their own ends, this scheme has one further advantage to the academia. All the risks and responsibilities are offloaded onto King Deshret's followers. Life for the desert dwellers has been brutal ever since King Deshret's death all those years ago. Beneath the surface, feelings of desperation are widespread. Many would give everything they have for the prospect of something better. Anyone looking to exploit that for their own ends simply needs to make a few empty promises. Even if complications arise, people will see that those involved are all followers of King Deshret and look for no further explanation than differences of belief. A deep-seated mistrust of the desert and everyone in it by the rest of Sumeru will make sure of that. The notion of an academia plot wouldn't even cross their minds. It may seem like a simple strategy, but it is able to work wonders under Sumeru's current circumstances.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. It's in line with the village chief's theory, too.
Yeah, this is really getting dark.
But there's still one very important question. Wasn't it the academia that brought the scholars to Aru village in the first place? Why does it want them back now?
Throughout this process, one thing has changed. The scholars' identity. First, they were scholars. Then, they became lunatics. After that, they were exiles. And finally, they become missing persons.
Crazy.
An exile is still patently a living, breathing human being. But when someone becomes a missing person, that is brought into question. If you can't find someone, you have no way of knowing what exactly happened to them. That makes missing people an ideal resource.
Resource? For what exactly?
One possibility is that the information in their brains could be extracted into knowledge capsules.
And that sounds disturbing.
Extracted? You mean canned knowledge comes from people's brains?
Ugh, Dory, what have you done?
With the technology of the Sumeru Academia, it's entirely possible. Perhaps the process caused them great suffering, which is why they cry out in the dead of night when no one is watching them.
So, the human brain... Nope, nah, Paimon doesn't want to think about this.
Yeah, she is scared out of her wits. So how did you learn of this there?
I'm the Academia scribe, after all. I'm familiar with their projects. Anyway, judging by Razak's state, the contents of a divine knowledge capsule were extracted from his mind. But something went wrong in the process. Or perhaps his curiosity got the better of him, and he used such a capsule for himself.
Yikes.
Paimon's a little confused. Can they just use anyone's brain?
That can't be right. Most of the mad scholars had made contact with the divine consciousness in the forests. That's what the Academia is after. It's also safe to assume that this knowledge has something to do with the Fatui, the Doctor, and also the Balladeer. They're using divine knowledge capsules to turn the Balladeer into a god. Oh. Yeah. That's disturbing.
The look on your face tells me you've realized the answer.
Uh-huh.
That's right. To some scholars, gaining knowledge about the gods is their entire life's pursuit. Extracting canned knowledge is just one of the extreme measures they turn to. However, I can't help but wonder, what do they seek to gain from divine knowledge?
They probably want Irminsul.
The Academia is going out of their way to look for forbidden knowledge. But what is their ultimate goal?
Yeah, as smart as you are, I'm surprised it hasn't dawned on you yet.
I've spent quite some time trying to analyze the contents of the divine knowledge capsule, but to no avail. It seems like my way of thinking is too different from theirs.
Isn't that supposed to be good?
You mean you're not even slightly interested in getting your hands on this forbidden stuff?
All scholars seek to expand the horizons of knowledge, but I'm not particularly interested in gods, so I don't share their degree of zealotry. Extracting information from people as if they were lifeless objects? If this is the direction of academic progress, then the Academia may as well shut its doors.
Sounds like you're really against all this.
Yeah, I imagine he would be.
Of course. The Academia's actions run contrary to their rules. Whether it be academics or knowledge, everything has its boundaries. If those lines are crossed, the rules and order that govern everything in the world will be destroyed. This matter needs to be corrected. Just like fixing a typo in a book.
This is far from a typo there, Alhaitham.
Wait, didn't you step in to help because you felt sympathy for those poor people?
Clearly not.
Not to be callous, but no. My criteria are a little more restrictive than that. There is no shortage of suffering in Sumeru, and the same can be said for the rest of Teyvat as well. What do you plan to do about that? Save every last person?
Well, there's only one person the Traveler's ever been interested in saving.
Probably not. Paimon's not sure.
Yeah, your motives are more specific and personal.
You can say that. Simply put, I don't blindly place my faith into strength or heroism. I do what I want. The divine knowledge capsule is something I want to investigate in full. That doesn't mean I'm willing to take action for the sake of a few strangers.
Though he rejects the notion of greater moral responsibility, he justifies his actions because they are true to his personal motivations. Someone like him might actually make for a better ally.
Paimon's been wanting to say this for a while. There are a lot of bad guys in the Academia, but you're not one of them. You're their weirdo.
To put it mildly.
You're probably right. Though I must say, I quite enjoy this feeling of being the odd one out. Uniqueness is also an asset, is it not?
Wow, that's a great way to think about it. Paimon's really impressed. If only Miss Shani had a similar mindset, her life would definitely be a lot easier.
I'm just a more likable person than her in general. There's nothing more to it than that.
As we look over here. So, what do we do with him?
He won't last long if we leave him here. Let's take him with us. We'll work out our next step after we return to Aru Village.
Okay. Go back to the village chief's house and meet up with everybody else. Oh, well. Yeah, I wonder what's going on over here. Oh! I can add this. After Razor Grass Blade hits the opponent, it'll generate 3.5 energy for the traveler. Alright. I approve of this. Is anyone else available? No. Still need something for Noelle. Still need something for Layla. Okay. So, back over to Aru Village. So then after this quest is done, we'll call quests here to an end for the night. And then if you guys want to join me for doing some dungeon hunting and quest hunting for getting some more materials for myself, that would be great. We can spend about an hour or so doing them together if you want. Alright, into the house.
We're back!
You must be tired. You should
Oops, sorry. Yeah.
What's the
Meanwhile,
situation?
Sino.
Who's this?
Unfortunately, somebody who's too young to take on the role of Isak's grandfather.
You tell everyone what you saw in the abandoned hospital and share your current theory. Yeah, I'm a little too trigger happy.
At one point in time, the abandoned Elazar hospital served as the academia's site for extracting divine cant knowledge.
Yep, pretty much.
Their plan must have been implemented at some point before we arrived at Aru Village, since divine cant knowledge has been in circulation for a while now. Yet, they fled once we were headed to the village, almost as if they knew we were on their trail. Why is that?
Who's the informant this time?
Yeah, why is that?
We may have a mole in our midst.
I would think so.
One of us could be secretly revealing our whereabouts to the academia.
Yeah, who could it be?
Huh? Are our friendships that shallow?
Well, given how we started the night.
Looks like none of you have realized wherein lies the issue.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sino, you're the reason why they can predict our movements.
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Choose your next words very carefully.
Yeah.
It is simply a logical inference. I have my reasons.
So what you're saying is, Sino's the mole. Interesting. And here I thought you were the most suspicious one, Alhaitham, since you were always acting alone.
Well, given how much of a jerk Sino has been.
I know. You have a point. But I realized something as we were returning from the hospital. Sino isn't like any of us.
Yeah, he's got murder on his mind.
What are you trying to say?
Do you still remember who you are, General Mahamatra? As a Matra, you are no doubt privy to certain kinds of information. Before you can take action against someone, you are required to have all the facts available, including the less than savory details. Simply put, the academia has traditionally allowed you access to a wealth of sensitive information. Knowing their modus operandi, wouldn't you expect them to take precautions against you? If you want to raise a vicious wolf, you need to make sure that you can avoid its bite.
The academia is monitoring me?
It's not that simple. The academia has eyes all over Sumeru, but they have a special protocol for dealing with you.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Every so often comes a Nyagarbaha Day. On this day, the academia enters new information into the Akasha through knowledge capsules. I remember seeing a thick notebook next to the control panel once. Its contents were all about the General Mahamatra, his activities throughout the day, preferred methods of enacting judgment, everything.
You're saying that the academia entered my information into the Akasha too? But what's the point in doing that? My actions aren't important enough to be added into the Akasha.
You'd like to think that, wouldn't you?
The Akasha is capable of computation. The Akasha's algorithms are entirely capable of predicting your movements using the data entered. When you would depart, the route you would follow, your destination. It knew all of this.
It predicted my every move.
The academia has been watching you longer than you think. However, the fact that you resigned is proof that their suspicions were well-founded.
So that's how it is. Sino adheres to his principles so strongly that he's actually a thorn in their side. Tenacity of will and steadfast faith are worthless to the academia. They need scholars who are easily pliable and mindlessly go after anything they can profit from. Sino, don't take it to heart. This just proves how much of a trustworthy ally you are.
Yeah, Scott said everything.
They escaped because of me.
Don't blame yourself. It's not like any of us would have known.
I have an idea. If they predicted my movements, then I might be able to guess where they went.
Are you sure about that?
Whoa, you bounced back fast.
There is always an opportunity for safety after danger passes.
Oh, so that's how it is! Paimon gets it now! If the academia is trying to avoid Sino, then the safest place would be...
One step behind him?
Yep, that's right!
They'll want to proceed in the direction opposite of where I'm going.
You're getting smarter, Paimon. Oh. And suddenly...
I must go.
There's also something I want to investigate.
Let's go, guys! After him!
Yeah, what's Dea in such a hurry for?
I want to go too.
You want to go too? If so, you have to promise you'll stay safe.
I want to find Grandpa. I promise I'll be careful and not cause any trouble.
Everyone, I leave him in your hands.
Yay! Let's go! Remember to pack some food with you! Paimon feels like we're missing someone, though.
Yeah, Dea, who just walked off. Conveniently. Oh, the quest isn't done? Yeah, we gotta bring this to a head somehow. Ugh. So yeah, let's hope we can get the answers we need sooner rather than later. And so, how far away? It's 170. Is it close to a waypoint? Not really. No, we're gonna just have to hoof this one. Ah! Screen freeze. I don't think that's close enough. Oh, it is. Yay! It's close enough. So, when we arrive... what will happen?
So here.
Yeah. Do you remember the route you took?
Yes. After leaving the village, we should head straight toward the desert.
How deep are we going? Oh, we're just following him manually. Okay. Ready when you are.
I know the desert like the back of my hand.
And so does Isak.
Is that because you play here a lot?
Yep.
Oh, hello there, Dendro
One
Crystal
time,
Flies.
Grandpa almost got lost in the desert, but I was the one who brought him back.
Yeah, don't worry, I'm not trying to be off the beaten path too much there, Sino. Oh, we didn't actually have to run that far.
There's something here. What's this?
It's buried in the sand. Looks like we'll need to roll up our sleeves and do some work.
And Paimon thought running around everywhere was already enough work. Okay. So we have to dig it out? Whatever's down there, it looks like it's buried really deep.
With some effort, you managed to retrieve the buried objects. Hopefully it's all of
These are
them.
likely fragments of an academia-developed device, something akin to a headset. Looks like there were more than one village keeper. They must have been escorted this way because there are device fragments scattered around here. Let's split up and search the area. Chances are that we'll find other things nearby.
Everyone goes in different directions and starts digging in the sand. After a short while, you dig up another device nearby.
Is this what we're searching for? It looks kind of scary.
This is definitely a device used to extract divine knowledge.
How did it end up buried in the sand? That can't have been part of the plan. They must have been attacked along the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah, who really knows?
Grandpa, I hope you're okay.
Don't worry, your grandpa's gonna be fine.
Razak didn't display any signs of starvation or dehydration, which means that they left fairly recently.
We should be able to catch up.
One more thing. Given that the device had been entirely covered by sand,
Not functional?
I believe the attack must have happened prior to the sandstorm.
Okay then.
Let's keep going. They can't have gone far.
Lead on then. Continue.
Ugh, but running on sand is so tiring.
Yeah, but you're flying, Paimon.
But you're flying, aren't you, Paimon? Is flying over sand tiring too?
Ugh, of course it is.
Yeah, Paimon keeps forgetting that she can fly. She has a very short-term memory, it seems.
Voices, over there.
Oh.
It sounds like an argument.
Whoa, you have really good ears.
Must be the jackal mask.
Don't get any closer. They'll notice us.
Dia's talking with the Eremites? Very interesting. Let's listen in.
If you had informed me sooner, there'd be plenty of room for us to...
You're one of us. We would never lie.
Scholars. You don't know as much as I do. Need me to...
I knew it. That's our Dia.
Oh, you were trying to cut a deal?
Dia? Why would you? Dia!
Oh, Isaac. Oh, Isak, or whatever.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, you just brought cover.
Didn't you say you'd help me find Grandpa? Why are you on their side?
Well, look who's here. Ain't that something?
This complicates things.
It sure does.
You've betrayed Aru village?
I don't think she actually has.
So, this is the great General Mahamatra. Dear, you'd be better off as my assistant than hanging around with this motley crew. Seen for yourself, I have the means and methods, and my ideals are far more admirable than theirs.
I'm not the type that's easily swayed, Raman. You of all people should know that.
Wait, what's going on, Dia? Whose side are you on here?
She doesn't need to explain herself until the dust is settled.
Shut it, Paimon.
It doesn't matter. Whichever side you pick, nothing can deter us from the grand mission of resurrecting King Deshret. Once our Lord of Old returns to this land, we will have a new beginning.
Face the facts, Raman. It's not gonna happen. You should understand that more than anyone. Have all your years as a merc taught you nothing about placing hopes in a ruler?
I'm a desert dweller and a proud follower of King Deshret. Whether I live by the edge of the sword or in peaceful comfort, my soul will always carry this conviction.
It's not too late yet. The village mad scholars aren't gonna bring King Deshret back to life.
You don't understand, my dear lady. Pursuing our faith is our purpose in life. Even if the chance of success is 1 in a million, we must be willing to give everything we have.
Even if it'll expose you to the academia? Even if they end up disbanding the Eremites? Your Eremites, which you've worked so hard for all these years?
Yes.
Whatever it takes, right?
We've waited a long time for this day to come. The sun and the moon no longer shine here. All you see now is cracks in this desiccated land. But fate has finally dealt me a hand to play against the Academia. With these scholars in our custody, we'll stomp the Academia's forces and fight our way beyond the wall of Samiel.
Ridiculous. Think about it. The Academia controls the entirety of Sumeru. Your powers are negligible in comparison. If you still don't believe me, then try asking these 2 men. They're also against the Academia, but neither of them are as arrogant as you are.
Ouch.
They look more like pawns of the Academia to me. Why would I listen to anything the people of Greater Lord Rukkhadevada have to say? Filthy traitors. Your god abandoned all honor and betrayed King Deshret. We desert dwellers will never trust the likes of you.
It's impossible to communicate with someone so hostile.
Look who's talking.
Perhaps we should.
Do you really believe that by kidnapping the scholars, you'll be able to negotiate with the Academia?
What?
These people have no value as bargaining chips, but I could be persuaded to take their place as your next hostage.
Okay.
These scholars were exiled from the Academia. I, on the other hand, am their current scribe, and will be a much greater asset to you.
He obviously knows what he's doing if he's offering this.
Wait, you can't be serious.
So, you want to trade places with the hostages, do you?
Precisely. Any wise person would gladly accept my offer.
What are you thinking? What if they decide to kill you instead?
Well, that would be bad luck for me. However, I'd get the chance to observe the scholars, perhaps even find out the truth.
Think you can talk me over with that confident look of yours?
I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm using this as a means of joining forces against the Academia.
You are the scribe. What do you have against the Academia?
Not all desert dwellers believe in King Deshret, and the same applies to the Academia. Why must all knowledge seekers approve of the Academia's way of doing things?
Yeah, you're not... Nah, you're never gonna be convinced.
You Academia scum. Every last one of you is nothing but a hypocrite, just like everyone else on the other side of that wall. I've made myself clear enough. I won't listen to another word from the Dendro Archon's people.
Not so fast.
Oh, but you'll still listen to Dea?
I'll hate them? Do you stand by everything you just said?
Of course he does.
I never make empty promises.
You know you're making a dangerous decision, right?
I do.
Good. Raman, hear me out. These people are my friends. Maybe you can't take the followers of the Dendro Archon at their word, but what about me? Do you trust me?
We've known each other for years. Of course I do.
In that case, I'm willing to vouch for their honesty with my right arm.
Oh boy.
Come on, Raman, don't be a coward. If you're serious about taking on the Academia, you need to steel yourself. You can't be afraid.
An arm from the Flame Mane. You've piqued my interest. But what if you refuse to oblige? What should I do then? No one's a fool here, Dia. We're mercs. And mercs don't tend to live long unless they have their wits about them.
You're not wrong, but this is different. I promised my friends that we'd bring back the village keepers together.
Let's do it right here, then. Give me your right arm as proof of your resolve.
Oh, boy.
Don't listen to him! He's not even trying to negotiate! He just wants to make things more difficult!
That's fine.
Are you crazy?
We came here to save lives. One arm for that many people is still a pretty good deal, if you ask me. Rahman, I'm holding up my end of the deal here. You'd better not let me down.
Is this gonna go into NSFW territory?
Sure. Go ahead and cut off her right arm.
And there's the weapon to do it.
No! Dia! What are you gonna do? Think of something!
What do you expect me to do?
You don't have to go this far.
That's not for you to decide.
Do it!
Yeah, we clearly have no intention to intervene. And so... yeah, so as Dia does her General Raubon impression...
Stop!
Until...
What's wrong? Can't do it?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't get to be Raubon today there, Dia.
Flame Mane, you and I are both desert folk. Cutting off your arm is no different than cutting off my own fingers. Where's the sense in cutting my own kin to pieces? You've shown me that you're serious. Go on now, take your friends and leave. Meet me in the desert at noon tomorrow.
Looks like we're about to have a standoff. And so away we go. Yeah, that was certainly scary.
Phew. I was really counting on him not going through with it.
Glad that you did.
Dia! That was crazy! Have you all lost your minds? What if he'd actually cut your arm off?
Then I just have to hold my claymore with my left arm.
Wow. Yeah. How did you know that the phaser was broken? Chakotay questioned my loyalty. I knew he would never give me an active weapon.
Okay, I'm sorry. But sometimes when you're out on a limb, you gotta double down to seal the deal, you know?
Don't ever make a promise like that again. I can deal with the likes of them.
And everyone else.
If it came down to it, you would not lose to them either.
I don't doubt it, Sino. But this is about more than me and them. There's a lot more where they came from. Even if we got rid of one bunch of radicals, there are others out there. Wiping them out would do more harm than good.
As you wish.
I'm sorry, Dia. I should have stayed put and listened. I should have trusted you.
Well, that was a scary moment.
It's okay. I promised you I'd help find your grandpa, so I'll do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes? You just might be scholar material.
Huh? Are you serious?
The Eremites once said that I was a lunatic. Perhaps a little madness is essential to be successful in research.
Why does it feel like he's using his praise for me as an excuse to brag about himself?
I think it's that way for a lot of people in this game.
Okay, let's get moving. We should head back to the village and rest up. Today was just a trial run. Noon tomorrow is gonna be the hard part.
You all return to our village and rest in rooms in preparation. But what are the chances of success? What are the stakes? There's no way of knowing. I was about to say, what's going on now? Are we gonna have to actually go to where that is? But no. No, not so. Okay, so now we wait until the following morning. Well, we know what that means. You know what? I'm good to stop things here, actually. I'm good to stop things here and make this go to the next stream. But I want to see if you guys for watching are still available to team up with me to do some grinding for things. Because I do need to still get things leveled up. Including, of course, the what will eventually be the replacement weapon for the weapon for Florian, which will be the Aquila Favonia. So I do know that in order to get this thing enhanced for its next round, I need to get some more of these books. And I know I can get those books by going back over to the Cecilia Garden. So if you're available to help me out to get me some opportunities to build this thing up more so I can actually use this thing, that would be great. Oh, and there's opportunity number 1. Alright, so I'll let you jump in there, Luna. Oh, screen's frozen. Alright, Charles. But yeah, I say bring your the strongest characters that you can, because I want to do this run at Cecilia Garden on the highest available difficulty.
You need to watch out for any signs of earthquakes and sandstorms.
Alright, let's head off to Cecilia. Yeah, if you're available to jump on there, Elizabeth, if you're still with us, you can come in as well. So yeah, Florian and Layla are my 2 current level 80. Yeah, also, how do I rearrange the order of my characters so that characters that are lower leveled than others are rearranged in the order? Because, yeah, Razor has been always one or 2 steps behind my main party, even though his lower is lower than that of Noelle, for example, or Jinyan, or Kale, or Kea, for that matter. Yeah, let us know when you're all set to jump in, Luna, and then we will do this. Or Elizabeth, rather. Sorry. Yeah, while we're waiting, other things I can do while waiting. Well, not that. Oh, there's... Oh, okay. I thought you already were on there, Luna. Oh no, that is Elizabeth, okay. Alright, let's do this. Yeah, make sure everyone has an 80. And somehow we've drawn the attention of the Hilichurls.
Torn to oblivion!
Oh. Yeah, you're all making your choices. Elizabeth's coming in with a 90.
Quit it!
Yeah, you all got stuck because I noticed that the Hilichurls suddenly came out of nowhere. That happened earlier as well, today to me, where I was just fighting against the giant big Hilichurl, and then all of a sudden more Hilichurls came out of nowhere. And they wouldn't stop coming. Yeah, and eventually it got to the point where I was so overwhelmed I just had to back out. Alright, so at rank 8, or at experience level 80. Let's see what we can do with this. Alright, away we go. Defeat 8 monsters in a row. Yeah, show me what you got, everyone. And watch out for those crazy bubbles also. Yeah, I can set this up.
Inazuma shines eternal.
Just go for it. Oh, gotta go over here.
There is no escape.
Okay, and then we gotta deal with the Abyss Mages.
Hey, leave it
Oh
to me.
jeez, I am down to very little health. Oh god. Yeah, that'll help. So this. Okay, it's in cooldown. One's down. Okay, now for the other. Oh! Oh, thankfully that's coming from you, not me. Where'd he go? Oh, he's over there. Alright, challenge 1. So we'll soak that all in. Okay. I gotta wait for a few seconds to continue the challenge. Yeah, I definitely need to heal before starting the next round. Okay. Yeah, give myself a couple of meat rolls, and then we'll get back at it. Yeah, that looks a little more realistic. Alright, let's go.
Propagate!
I can bring this over here.
Spring forth!
Shine down!
Crazy dealing with all the giant slimes like this.
Scatter!
Torn to oblivion!
Alright, that one's down.
Illusion shattered!
Let's go. That's gonna cool down. It's a shame that I have it available, but I can't use it because I'm in cooldown. And jeez, who has the raining arrows like that? Also, why am I still taking damage if the enemies are frozen?
There is no escape!
Oh, yeah, it's getting juggled.
We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda.
Oh wow, he just ran right in my face. Keep hacking away on him. I'll break those shields.
Scatter!
Alright, you're on your knees. Oh, still in cooldown.
Spring forth!
Oh god. Not again.
The mortal plane of fleeting dream.
Yeah, I'm so scared of dying right now. Oh, we're not gonna run. I'm dead! And they get their shields back and the challenge fails. So yeah, I gotta go out of the challenge in order to restart it. How does the Traveler have supposedly a higher defense than the rest of his party, yet he still can't take a hit? I wish this game was truthful, you know? Like, just be honest. What is my true defense? You don't have to hide it from me. I can take it. I can handle the truth. This isn't A Few Good Men. I can handle the truth. Alright, let's try it again. But I do want to switch characters, though.
Silly churl, Billy
Bring in
churl,
Layla.
Silly Billy, Hilly churl. Ooh.
Because, yeah, I should not keep dying like this.
I got a new letter from an informant. Looks like the situation has changed again.
Alright. Still trying to figure it out.
1 client, 2 clients, 3 clients.
Let me know when you're all satisfied. Don't you have an 80 there, Luna?
Toodaloo.
Well, that's the thing. I am getting a lot of artifacts.
The world remains constant over the centuries.
I am getting a lot of artifacts. It's just getting the best combination to be able to use.
Churl, Billy churl, silly Billy, Hilly churl.
Still trying to figure it out. Kazuha. Oh, you're going with Electro. Okay. But yeah, I have plenty of 4 to 5 star artifacts. And everyone is using a level 4 weapon, at least. Yeah, I'm not lacking for 4 or 5 star weapons or artifacts. And I do have them built up quite well. It's just a matter of knowing whether or not my Traveler can actually take a hit when it matters. Alright, go.
Not now.
Yeah, they're wired.
Time to go. Clouds high. The birds call.
Don't be scared.
Yeah, we'll definitely use this to our advantage. Put them on freeze out for a while.
The night is cold.
Time to go.
Okay, now for...
The Temple of Wisdom.
Time to go.
Now for these guys.
Everyone hold hands.
Into the wind.
Yeah, get your World Rock now. Get your World Rock now. Oh, jeez. Please not again. Please not again.
I've got your back.
Yeah. Way much more durable than the Traveler. Way much more durable than the Traveler. Alright, a couple more runs and then I should be able to use what I got to get enough for these Deracabrians. Of course, I do need to eat before we continue on with this. Yeah, I'd rather take the certainty here. Alright, going in.
Let's spark things up a little.
Don't be scared. I'll take your time.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Fallen leaves, huh?
My guiding stars.
Yeah, they're just getting pounded here. Yeah, bring everything you've got there, everyone. Alright, now the mages.
The night is cold.
Try not to enjoy this too much. Time to go. Into the wind. Clouds high. The birds call.
Yeah, going up into the skies. I'm getting destroyed in a heartbeat. Yeah, if only the Traveler was this reliable.
Time to go.
Check that off the list. There we go, there's a white book. Those were what I really need. Alright, one more round. Off we go. I already have my special ice ability on standby, so let's waste no time in using it.
You're in for a little shock. One
Whoa.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Alright, good. Got it again.
Into the wind.
My guiding stars.
Almost got the last line down.
Time to go.
Okay, you're dealt with. Now the Abyss Mages. Put you in the perfect spot. Oh wow, its shield is already decimated.
As one with wind
Wow.
and cloud.
Already deprived of its shield. That's incredible. That's incredible. tonight, so can't do any more with what I have, but this should be enough to get my weapon built up. And then it's just a matter of getting it to level 70 next. But yeah, as far as all that's concerned, it's a good help. So I'm definitely glad that I have all of you here tonight to give me a hand. And yeah, I can understand why, but it's the traveler's story. I feel like for the purposes of this being a Let's Play, I do believe that he does need to be involved because it is his story.
Silly child.
Yeah, as much as I understand and accept and appreciate that you would all want me to not use Florian, it is his story, so I feel compelled that for the purposes of this being a Let's Play, that it is his story. We should be allowing him to see it through. But I certainly appreciate all of your help tonight, and of course, you've been so much help to me, all of you, for the course of the last 50 streams over the course of the last 6 months. I can't thank you enough for all the help that you've given me to this point, and however much further I have to go in this Let's Play, I certainly am really grateful that I have such wonderful friends and such knowledgeable players as the three of you, and I can only hope that in the time to come that I can bring in and encourage more people who play this game to also come stream, because I have been trying to encourage people who randomly invite me to team up with them in co-op mode to come watch. It's a shame that it hasn't really amounted to much, but I really hope that I can actually encourage some of the people who want to randomly co-op with me to not just team up, but also come watch my streams and offer me some very useful advice for playing this game. So, thank you again from the bottom of my heart. I think this really is the apropos way for us to end Night 50 of Let's Play Genshin Impact, is us being together in the same shots. I only wish Paimon was here to see all this. Because yeah, having Paimon on the screen would make this even more apropos. But thanks to all of you for being with me for all this time. Oh, we've been getting a fancy ride on a mysterious pedestal. Yeah, more skills that I don't have on my characters, but that are certainly quite fascinating to say the least. Oh, you were trying to save me from getting beat up by Hilichurls. Thanks.
Gotcha.
Yeah, hey, Hilichurls. Like, I know that you're the de facto cannon fodder in this game, but I would much prefer that I do this little outro without you making this a problem. Yeah, don't be a party pooper there, Hilichurls. Don't be party poopers, alright? And I get that they want to be involved too, but, you know, it's not like we necessarily want it to be that way. Oh, and they're taking it, they're taking it out on some other random hillies. Yeah, I guess now we can go ahead and close the stream. So thanks everyone for coming out, supporting me over the course of the last 6 months, and let's see how much longer and better we can keep this going. So with that, as I get my very own pedestal, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Genshin Impact live here on Twitch. I don't think I'll be on tomorrow because I'm trying to get information on hometown festival that's being revived for the first time since the COVID pandemic came to an end, and so I don't know if I'm going to be available tomorrow night to stream because I'm likely going to be focused on getting that information. So I will rejoin you guys back here on Saturday nights, and we will see how much further I can get along because we still have a lot more to do. So thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to these countless pedestals that you're giving me. And until next time, everyone, may you ever walk in the light.